It's 3 p.m. It's your boy, all time. Alright, cool. We fixed everything. So yeah, it's been some time, and I want to talk to you guys real quick personally about a lot of things, right? But the biggest thing is that I miss you guys. I do. Not just for these types of videos, but the comments and interaction and all that stuff. I miss you guys. Hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are great. I say that in all my intros, and I mean it. It comes from a place of realness, right? But another thing too is that with this part of the manga, right, I've been hearing a lot of things, right? Seeing a lot of things. So I'm excited. And really, I want this video to be very, 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 very talk heavy. I want it to be very, not just us reacting, getting hype and getting crazy, but obviously us talking, us actually having engaging conversations and just seeing what we could do with the chapters that we have, right? Because again, we're so caught up, guys, that it's no longer a 20 to 50 chapter. I mean, I've never done 50 in a video, but you guys get the point. Like a 20 to 30 chapter special. I'm not reading a whole match in a video because we have the whole match now. It's really us catching up and then sort of talking about it. I asked you guys, I think in my last video, if you guys would rather me wait versus people who'd rather me read it like week by week. And I think I've seen a couple comments saying that I should do the week by week thing, or I should try it. So after this video, I'm going to attempt. I mean, I don't really know how well I'm going to hold up to that, but we will see. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like. If you guys are new to this channel, then please subscribe. I want to see if we can hit 3K subscribers. No time limit, just in general. That's really about it. And yeah, this is probably the biggest match aside from PXG versus Bastard Muhin in the NEL. This is the biggest match in the entire franchise as of right now, obviously. So I have a lot to say when we get here. I mean, again, we ended off last video on a mean cliffhanger. I know, but you know, I just woke up from a nap and I'm not as hyped as I would normally be, but I think with this match, it could possibly wake me up. We will see. If you guys are in the premiere or just in the comments, let me know you guys are here. And on top of that, thank you guys for all the birthday wishes too on my previous video with the climber. I really, really appreciate that. I've been working on that video for a while, and I kind of wanted to treat it like a brand new movie. Similar to Chainsaw Man and Goodnight Poon Poon. It's been a while, I know, but I won't, you know, I haven't forgotten those series. So don't ever forget that, guys. And, without further ado, with the glasses, they're coming off just for this intro right here. I'm excited. I am. I'm not the all-time from the last video. Right? I'm a different all-time, right? Same all-time, different. You know what I mean? Different type of attitude, or should I say aptitude, right? I'm not gonna get too much into it. Too much. I'll see you guys. Huh? See you guys. You know what's crazy is I was actually about to say the new Egoist League. That's how much has been burned into my mind. I'll see you guys in the U20 World Cup. Alright guys, before we start the video, I just want to say, appreciate you guys. I don't really have much to say here. Just kind of wanted to say that, and really I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos, and just in terms of in general, not lately, because obviously I know I haven't been making that many, but just in general, guys, I really hope you guys have been enjoying the videos that I make. I know that sometimes I go a bit too overboard with not just edits, but just other things as well. So any criticisms or advice or anything, always leave in the comments. I always leave it on for a reason. But yeah, already. I'm already starting to feel awake. I've heard some things, okay? I've seen some things. Let's read. Come on, guys. Turn on the Metavision Omni. You know what I'm saying? I said Omni, like Omnivision. Turn on, you guys is reading Omnivision right now. Metavision, let's go. It's time for round 3 of the U20 World Cup Group A. It's almost time for the kickoff between Japan and France. Chapter 330, favorite to win. All right, formations, we got a 4-5-1. Loki obviously is the lead striker. Rini Isagi, they don't really have one. So it already kind of looks like, and Japan's running a 3-5-2, but what it looks like is that Japan is already on the defense. I mean, that's what it already kind of looks like. It looks like France is leading offensively, while as of Japan, they're leading defensively, which again, I'm already kind of iffy on, guys, right? Just in terms of visuals, right? We see, we see not just Japan, but we see France's formation: Loki, Charles, Hugo, Camus, Bats, I think it's Leiden, I believe, Gambin, Hermes, Delon or Delin, and then Choppa, and then Renoir as the goalie. So, and with Gagomar still as goalie, it's Rini, Sagi, Karasu, Bachida, Reo, Hiyori, Nico, Aiku, Onryu, and then Chigiri. Really crazy how we haven't seen Shido or Bado yet. Again, I thought, guys, they would play in this game. I still feel like they're going to play in this game. I mean, this game is still going on, right? You know, I've been hearing some things, right? So they could still kind of come in, but I don't really know. It's been so long since we've seen them play. Like, and it would be really cool seeing them in the Japan jersey, right? So I don't know. It's interesting that we haven't seen them, but like what I said, I'm looking forward to it. Natsuki-san, what kind of team is U20 France? To put it simply, they're the favorite to win. Their national team is the reigning World Cup champion. And the U20 team led by Loki, called the Golden Generation, who will secure France's future for the next 10 years. Oh, I see. And challenging the mighty team is Japan. So yeah, again, people said that with this translation, it's confirmed that Loki is a New Generation World 11 as well. So I was always optimistic on whether or not he was, or rather I was curious. Like, was he really a New Generation's World 11? And with this, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, live and comments, so he is, right? Okay. Blue Lock's members have caused an absolute sensation, and they dominate Nigeria 4-0 in round 1. Finally, Yuichi Isagi is fast and becoming the symbol of this generation. Right now, the soccer team with the most attention is Blue Lock's Japan, the new Egoist team. The walkout, there it is, there he is. I see it. Let me, hey! Come on, guys. Oh, wait. Let me. Look at the flag that they got. Look at my boy, man. Again. This is France, man. I like what I said. I'm excited, guys, but not just as a Isagi fan, but as a Blue Lock fan, as a Reen fan, as a Bado, Shido, all of them fan. I'm scared for them, man. Like this is France, man. It's like, what did I say last game, right? We can't stay satisfied, and not only that, but that fire, that sort of conflict that they had in the locker room, it's needed, right? That I feel like is going to be what this game is about, right? And I have so much more to talk about as well.
The new Generation 11 is chosen by talent alone.
Just say it to me, yeah. This don't make sense to me, yeah. You want to say
Every player has the ability to change the game under pressure. Only the best perform.
I want what's best for me. I want what's next for me. I want all my money.
This generation represents the future of football, where skill, intelligence, and consistency decide who belongs.
Today, they're sporting their fresh white alternative uniforms as they collide with the world's rulers. We meet again, Egoist, some wonderkind. Don't, guys, don't get me. Look at both of them. Look, come on. Oh my gosh, look, the white, look, oh my gosh, you have Isagi here in the lead. Loki to the left. Oh my gosh, world's number 2 and Blue Lock's number 1. Or is it the other way around, right? We'll see, right? Number 2s, okay, come on. Right? But we got IQ in the back as well. I see Chickadee as well in the widespread. Then we have Charles. You guys can't see my mouse. And then we have Hugo behind him. Wonderkind. I believe he said sub-ego, not egoist, but sub-genius. That would have been pretty cool to say. I probably would have said that instead. But yeah, this looks really cool, man. Like, I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite widespread for the first time in a long time. Like, and again, what's really symbolic, and I'm going to flip my screen around real quick, guys. The last time Isagi rocked a white jersey with 11, you guys remember, right? We all remember. I might put it right here or something like that, but we remember. So, a lot of things so far I'm going to be optimistic about, but I'm not, I don't know. It's not looking too good. Oh man, like my heart is pounding, guys. I'm getting like, bro, y'all ready? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go. Huh? Shida-san isn't starting today either? It's the same lineup as the Nigeria game. Yep, he's on the bench. Really? Then we're gonna wipe the floor with you. Keep running your mouth, Contrarian. And get ready for a broken nose. Same with you, bestie. Whoever wins will get as close as possible to the finals. Convert this pressure into defiance. The match between the highly anticipated teams in the group leagues, Japan versus France. Again, something else too. Again, I know I'm talking a lot, guys. And again, Loki's like jump warming up like it's Goku. Like, what is he doing? You guys remember from the Broly movie? But wait, not just the jersey number, but Isagi being focused on the finals. You guys remember Chapter 1, Episode 1 of Blue Lock. Finals. I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that I'm seeing, right? My metavision is on, right? But guys, it's just like, dude, look at both of them. Look, guys. Is Isagi ready for Loki? I don't know, man. I think the hunger's there, but what if the hunger isn't enough, right? What if it isn't enough? What if there's something beyond the beyond that we ourselves don't understand? What if we need the god of soccer to help us? Like, or to reach out or to meet this god of soccer, right? It's like, there's so many things that could happen in this game, guys. Again, this game could be a year long. I don't even know. Like, we don't know. Right? But I want to dive into this. I don't want to run away. I want to dive into this fire, this insatiable, hungry attitude, this wave of infectious hype that is Blue Lock, man. I'm excited, bro. Look at the widespread. It's starting off with Hugo. Hey! Kicks off. Okay, ready? Zoom. Huh? The hell? They're all sprinting into enemy territory. Nice. Hold on. Wait. What do you... Guys, hold on. Loki's already blitzing the screen. Wait. Oh my gosh, they're all moving. Metavision on. Turn it on. We gotta start moving. Destructorize. We gotta the power-ups already. Guys, don't get me. Guys, this is the start. This is the start, bro. Hold on. Stop. We gotta. Hey guys, it's already. We gotta do something. The knees flare. Just. Hey. It's not even just them, but the other teammates too. Like, it again, I know we're focused on like Hugo and Loki and Charles, but again, I'm gonna go back. It's all of them. I normally don't do this in the middle of the video, guys, but I'm just saying, just to talk about it. It's the whole team moving up. Look how hard they're pressuring them. Look at this. Okay, now you guys can see my mouse. Look at this. They're moving like it's so fast. We need immediately. You knew what type of team you guys were getting yourselves into. Did you guys even watch the footage? Right? You guys were watching the Kaiser footage, I believe, about him scoring the hat trick, but oh my gosh. He dribbled right past me and Reen? Damn, don't let him pass. Right, I know that, but there are too many danger spots to protect. This is utterly impossible. Beep, beep. Focus. He's right up, seeing the field. It's for you, right? Wonderkind. Anyone else is just bait. It's clear as day. We want you style through. Too bad. Come on. Crunchurian. Just sneaking in. Loki rushed in to lure our attention while he's crossing behind. The pinpoint pass turned into a nasty unexpected. No! He's shooting? Oh my god! No! Dude! God! No, oh my gosh! What did I say, guys? I don't know what we need. Like, guys, I'm watching this match just... That's insane. He's not shooting. He's not. I'm scrolling. He's shooting. I didn't even look at the panel. I moved my mouse a little bit. That's insane, dude. You can't. It's Hugo. It's Hugo. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. Ready? Zoom. Gremlin shot. That teamwork is unreal. Their very first attack, and Bluelock's entire system transcended our thinking. Nice shot. This is France, the favorite to win. Gotcha. Yep, it's destiny. Oh my gosh, that was first chapter. Gosh, man, this is gonna be the Nigeria game all over again. Are we really gonna get 4-0'd? It's not even just that, guys, but hold on. Wow, man. That is insane. Like, guys. I can't believe it. Like, I genuinely cannot believe it. I can't believe it, man. That was insane. Like, that was genuinely insane. Like, wow. A one-shot kill, right? That's what they're saying in the next chapter. Guys, I gotta talk first. We gotta talk first, right? So France, how is Blue Lock going to attest to France, right? I personally think a lot of things, right? Seriously, I do. But I think the biggest thing that they need to focus on is is not just Blue Lock's central philosophy, but their ideals within themselves. I know, right? I'm already thinking crazy, right? But I feel like, guys, with this game, excuse me, it's really going to cover fear, right? And the reason why I feel like this game is going to cover fear, and I don't know if I talked about this in my previous video, but if I didn't, I'm going to talk about it very briefly now before we even read, because this is all live. So I don't know what, more specifically what's going to happen next. Excuse me. But the reason why I say fear is because I remember in the Nagi spinoff with Loki facing off against Nagi, one of the biggest things that foreshadowed Nagi's downfall is fear, right? The fear of him, the fear of him losing himself or staying complacent, right? Or the fire dying out, which is what happened to him, right? But the biggest thing as to why, or not why, but the biggest thing that people have theories for, or sort of I always had a theory for when it came to Loki's possible potential backstory for the future, but then also a main core thing within this team is, or not team, but whole match is going to be fear. And I think it's going to really tie into Blue Lock's complacency, maybe Blue Lock's fire being tested, their hunger being tested, not just with the God of Soccer guys, but with the main chapter leading in my previous video, or not leading, but ending, that being don't run away. That was the biggest thing, and one of the last things Hisagi said before walking off into the light leading into this video. So I believe it's going to be a situation where Hisagi and a lot of these teammates, Rin as well, the two leading strikers of this team, will they run away in the face of fear? Will they die out, right? This is what, again, France is the second, if not best team in Blue Lock right now. I believe so. Like in the entire franchise, right? Because we're still in the under 20s. We're not even in the World Cup yet. So this is the under 20s, World Cup. So they could lose here. Like Blue Lock could lose here and still kind of be in the still in it, right? So them losing here wouldn't necessarily be a big deal. However, every loss can, there can be something learned from that, right? And I feel like with this loss, if they do lose, it could mean a lot for not just the Blue Lock team and Ego, but really Hisagi, Rin, and these characters. Like, that's something I'm very curious for, and whether or not Blue Lock is going to take that direction, if they're going to take that sort of route in this story, right? Everything shouldn't go over our heads, right? Kaneshiro right now, look, I'm not no rookie when it comes to this. I'm used to these slight innuendos and these slight things in these stories that makes us and has us thinking, right? And with this chapter being called Logic, and with, I believe, Hugo saying this is destiny, we're going to get a lot of philosophical sort of talk here. I'm only guessing, and I'm excited. Guys in Logic. Also, I heard in this chapter, or some of the chapters, some of the pages are unfinished. I see a disclaimer here, so we're gonna go off and read this before we continue. Apologies, as the production of this week's chapter could not be completed in time. We are releasing the incomplete pages as they are. Once this chapter is collected into the full volume, it will be printed with the art completed and corrected. We wish to express our deepest apologies to all of you for the inconvenience, and hope you will continue to enjoy reading Blue Lock. Again, had to read that, and again, I'm already scrolling down to the widespread here, and I already see that it's kind of, and I think there's like another page or two. Hey, we don't care. I'm just excited to see the story. Art is always amazing. Let's continue. Just had to get that out the way. In Logic. A declaration of war, a rapid-fire attack, a one-shot kill. Chapter 331, Logic. A magnificent showing from France with their very first play. Charles Chevalier has seized the initiative. I mean, even with the incomplete, it's so fascinating to see this. I mean, guys, I draw, right? And I can't wait to drop the drawing video whenever I do. But this looks really cool. I like it. It looks really, really cool. It's so sick, man. Oh my goodness, Charles. Look, the little contrarian, right? The little demon on Hugo's back. That celebration, and look at Loki in the back. Oh my gosh, that celebration. It's one of the hardest celebrations aside from Isagi's at the end of the Nigeria. Oh my goodness. Damn, France is insane. We totally fell for their ploy. That pattern wasn't in our data. The speed, that cross run, that shot quality. You can explain it logically, but that goal wouldn't have been possible without incredible skill and talent. This is the absurd might of our generation's top team, Loki, French team, the favorite to win. Let's chill. They made an experimental surprise attack, and there were aspects we couldn't respond to. What the France really wants is to rattle us and throw our game off. So cool down our brains. Let's not lose our heads. Right. Nice mental management, brain boss, Mikage. You got it. Thank you for the mental medicine, Totes. He's right, guys. This just started. We have plans for when we're a point behind. Just focus on playing soccer our way. Okay, Egoist. Yeah, we have Isagi. Just getting started. Good. Don't panic, Blue Lock. Don't panic, Yuichi Isagi. Complacency. Look at that. Even with what Chigiri said on, yeah, we have Isagi, right? That's so interesting. Not just coming from him, but, you know, everyone. Like, right after that win, and not even just that, but it's not cockiness, guys. Like, that's not the type of route or alleyway where I'm trying to maneuver down. It's more like short-term complacency, you know, or just complacency in general, you know. So it's a real thing, right? The fire, right? And here we go. Keep giving your best to secure victory. Restart. Will Japan make a counterattack? Yuichi Isagi and Rinatoshi are passing back and forth and charging right up the middle. I saw you at the first match. You're making your way up and then making it either side way you could be the finisher, right? Box him in. We've already worked around this. Huh? On the right side. Watch out for the speedster. We can go fast too. Good tempo, princess. Alright, Blue Lock, come on! Move up! Move up! Nice groove. Don't let him shoot Hermes. As expected. Gotcha. Begin copy model. Oh my gosh! Oh! But even then, like, the France, they're still there. Rensuke Kunigami. What? He's setting up a shot instead of shooting. Nice groove, Rayo. You got a good team. Fuck. However, Yuichi Isagi, your two-gun thing only works when you're squaring off with an opponent who can feint in either direction, making your shot unpredictable. But if we were the one to charge in and close the gap, your movements could be totally nullified. Your weapon can be crushed by logic. This guy ran a simulation using my movements as data? Yup. And that backwards volley you did during the Nigeria match can be nullified through contact. Isagi, pass! Over here! Nice, thanks. If we block your helpers, you have nowhere to pass to. If we crush you, Blue Lock is dead in the water. Oh my god, Hugo, man. I knew it, guys! I knew it! Oh my god! Oh! Guys, I knew it! I knew it was gonna be the two of them in my last thumbnail, guys. Check my last thumbnail. I knew it was gonna be them! It was gonna be... Oh my gosh! Number 2... Oh my gosh! I can't. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. He crushed the... He watched the footage. He's the logical adaptation. There's something... I gotta calm down. There's something about Hugo and just the France team, but more specifically, Hugo's way of going about the soccer, right? This is live on the all-time live right now. We're about to get the widespread, but what I'm saying is he crushed it, and there it is.
Just say it to me, yeah. This don't make sense to me. Say it to me, yeah. You want the sex with me, yeah. Checks from me, yeah.
Shut it, you logical asshole. I made it this far by devouring arrogant creeps like you. I'm gonna risk it all to become number 1. But you're more suitable to be number 2. Huh? Say, do you believe in destiny?
I want that money.
That's crazy. I'm actually speechless. Hold on. Guys, I have a long sleeve on. Look. Yeah. Hold on. Let the camera focus. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, man. That is... Hold on, guys. Right here. Shut it, you logical asshole. I made this far by devouring arrogant creeps like you. I'm gonna risk it all to be number 1, but you're more suitable for number 2. Wow. Believing that Isagi's destined to be number 2. But as we go up here, I'm going to go up a little bit here as well with the unfinished sketch here. Hugo stops him, but you got a good team. And he's crushing him immediately. Like, he man-marks Isagi immediately. Like, guys, notice how every teammate is moving up the field and Isagi sees the weakness with his metavision, right? He has his metavision on, nice groove, and gets immediately... It gets turned off. The power gets turned off by Hugo here. Immediately. And again, I have to understand this. Or you guys gotta understand this too. And I gotta understand it as well. They gotta shut down Isagi. I'm telling you, if they shut down Isagi, they win. Isagi is the one that is pushing the Blue Lock team forward. they shut down Blue Lock now, Blue Lock's dead in the water. But then it's like, okay, well, we have Reen. Well, then guess what? Loki's just going to mark Reen and beat Reen. So they have to constantly work with each other and make each other evolve for, like, again, there's so much things. But I want to turn back to this panel as well. Your two-gun thing only works when you're squaring off an opponent who can feint in either direction, making your shot unpredictable. Crash. And then you can't shoot. But if one were to charge in close and close the gap, your movements become totally nullified. Again, Isagi was only able to pull off that two-gun against two geniuses during the NEL because they didn't know if he was going to shoot or if he was going to feint. He saw the two-gun. He did research on him. Not even just that, but even if he didn't study him, he only had to probably see it one time to shoot it down. Or to stop it, to shut it down, right? And with the backwards feint here, it can be crushed by logic. And knowing this too, your backwards volley against that can only be nullified through immediate contact. Because remember, there was a space between Onazi and I forgot the other guy's name. There was space, so he was able to spin around and there was distance. But now he's being crushed. Like, his two main big shooting weapons are being totally destroyed. And again, with Reen being marked and Karasu being marked here as well, with Karasu being marked on the upwards defense, you know, towards the midfield, and with Reen being blocked on the front. Oh my gosh, man. That's crazy. Again, Isagi, for as small as Isagi is against him, he was able to stop him, though. He was what I think, guys, a lot of you guys need to understand, and I'm going to say this before we start the next chapter, he was able to get the ball and stop Hugo for just a moment. The Blue Lock, it's these small things we gotta peep and understand. But he said, do you believe in destiny? I gotta take a sip of my Sprite for this. Hold on. Do you guys believe in destiny? Excuse me. Hugo's philosophy could be destiny. Could be that people's lives are determined and their sort of existence, you know, because we have to go back to the focal root of humanity, right? People's reasonings for searching for that innate fire to evolve, to adapt over time, to not stay satisfied with where they are in life. You know, like, we have to go back to these things because it was these conceptual concepts that was always presented to us within Blue Lock. But really, in the new Egoist League, moving on to the beginning, you know, the Nigerian match of the U20. So, U20 World Cup. So, I'm curious as to what he means by this. And we're really, gosh, this is insane. This is happening in 2 chapters. 2 chapters, man. This new gen 11 is shutting down Isagi. Now, Isagi ain't no rookie when it comes to new gen 11s, but I have a lot of things to talk about when we finish, right? A lot of things more suitable for number 2. Damn, man. That's such a crazy thing for a better player to tell you. You know how bad that can affect you guys, like, mentally, or affect, again, in this case, Isagi, mentally? That he's more suited for number 2, man. It's insane. Chapter 332, Suitable Destiny Theory. Say, do you believe in destiny? I'll enlighten you. There's nothing fantastical or spiritual about the logic of destiny. Just look at that. France Hugos has blasted it right to the front line. It's a counter pass. Damn, it's going right for Loki. This is the spot, right? Wonderkind-san? When it's stolen from Isagi. This was the most dangerous spot. Well. Nice, Nico. Not bad. And I think, guys, you know, sorry I keep interrupting, but one thing that I want to say too really quickly is the idea that Hugo said that there's nothing fantastic spiritually inspiring about the logical of destiny, right? It's a very optimistic way to look at it, but more on the negative side, right? Like, there's nothing exciting, and the best way I can say it, guys, there's nothing exciting about the cruel reality of things. But there also is everything exciting about what you can do. What your limitations are so you can go beyond them. It's like Isagi and Hugo are really 2 sides of the same coin. Before we even continue, And it's so fascinating already, guys, to read this. Just need it cleared. When an opponent has a way to keep Isagi-kun from shooting, Blue Lock can change our attack patterns. When our calculated team design has been seen through, we'll sting through them with an unpredictable solo skills. Pierce their defense, Hornet-san. On it. There you are, number 8. Just try me, little Zypher. Time to sting. He matched my dribble tempo and altered his pace to follow. This is clearly a guy who studied my style, so he can cover me specifically. Too predictable, little Cypher. Shut it already, windbag. In that case, yup, Chigurine, on it. Alright, I'll use my speed to break through and... You sure? Ain't gonna happen, no way, no freaking way. How is he so fast? Mind if I join ya? They're all getting marked. Oh my gosh, they're all getting marked. Camus and then Layden, I believe, or Leiden. This is insane. And these guys, like, they're staying relevant with the Blue Lockers. This is also what I wanted too, guys. The Francis left wing. Oh my god, they're all getting dismantled. And I wouldn't even say dismantled. They're not getting dismantled yet, but they're getting picked apart slowly. Like how vultures pick apart dead bodies, guys. They're getting knocked a peg, until they're all useless. That's insane, man. Oh my gosh. Speedsters and dribbler maniacs on each side. He's fast enough to cover Chigurine during a solo sprint. The same happened to me and Bachira. All of the tricks up our sleeves have been logically prepared and dealt with by France. In every aspect, they've got the upper hand. But each being has a suitable way of life. Horses can run and birds can fly. Creatures just need to live in accordance with their nature. Only humans are unnatural. If you saw a lion trying to fly, anyone would think it's foolish. It's better to just live naturally. If everyone were to live in accordance with their suitability, the whole world would be happier and more efficient. It just means to follow your destiny at a cellular level. This is my philosophy. You say I don't have to be a striker, that my specs are more suited to be a midfielder. All of that painfully is obvious to me. Then why do you persist in living so unsuitably? Isagi always knew that he'd be more suited to be a midfielder. Widespread here, right? But Isagi's, oh man, he's wavering. He's getting in his head. But Hugo's philosophy already is, it can already be stomped into the ground. It can already be, in a way, it can already be hypocritical. It's already hypocritical, right? But he's also not entirely wrong too. Man, Isagi, man. It's my goat, man, and it's just, this has to happen, right? Oh man, he's doing just like what Kaiser did, kind of, right? Yeah, because Blue Lock taught me that you can rewrite destiny with your ego. Leave it to me.
You go too perfect, but I'm fast.
I'm gonna crush.
Is it okay?
I just take it every day. They say how'd you get that money? I did it every way. They say how'd you to the top? I just went levitate. Ask me if I cousins with the pizza. I just
I'm gonna obliterate them and their destiny. Destiny isn't something so easily changed. Like I care, dumbass. We're about to get the genius versus the genius. Loki versus Reen. But let's talk. Oh my gosh! Everything's happening too fast. It's too fast. But with each being having a suitable way of life, horses can run, birds can fly. Creatures just need to live in accordance with their nature. Only humans are unnatural. If you saw a lion trying to fly, anyone would think it's foolish. It's just better to live naturally. If everyone were to live in accordance with their suitability, then the world would be happier and more efficient. He's not wrong. It just means to follow your destiny at a cellular level. This is my philosophy. If everyone were to live in accordance with their suitability, the whole world would be happier and more efficient. Sure, but then we would all die. Then we would all cease to exist. Like, we would all eventually die out, and that's exactly what's going to happen with Hugo. What's interesting and already is hypocritical about his philosophy is that he looks almost empty inside, or rather, even with him having no pupils, right? Just blacked out eyes. As he says that creatures need to live in accordance with their nature, humans are the only exception. Why is that? Like, when you fundamentally look at it, why is that? With the Blue Lockers struggling with the cruel reality that these players are better, faster, stronger, faster, smarter, and at most better than them. that doesn't mean they can't evolve past them. That doesn't mean that they can't grow past them. Right now, this probably just isn't the time for that. And that's what makes humans so not necessarily fickle, like in his perspective, but nuanced and more evolutionary, right? The thing that makes Isagi so unique is that his existence is a very defiance of Hugo's philosophy, or rather existence. Isagi's existence is a defiance on Hugo's existence, or purpose, right? And I feel like that's something that we can't necessarily overlook. If you saw a lion trying to fly, anyone would think that's foolish, sure. But in time, it might sound crazy, the lion will eventually fly, right? Lions can't fly now, but due to evolution and stuff like that, one would beg to differ. The thing is that Hugo isn't necessarily wrong entirely, or he isn't necessarily wrong, like in the moment, but entirely, yeah, he's not right. And I feel like when it comes to each new generation World 11, they have been very hypocritical, or rather very extreme with their football philosophies or perspectives. I think that what makes Hugo so good is the fact that his specs, something that he talks about, his data, is something that he's maxed out or has, he's pushed to the limit. So he doesn't necessarily have to evolve anymore, right? I feel like he's already a maxed out character, right? In a video game, we'll say that. Compared to most of these blue lockers where they're still playing the game. They haven't even reached max yet. So they can still go beyond the max. His max might be higher than them, but their max, if they keep trying, goes with them because they don't cap themselves. The moment you cap yourself is when you stop. Excuse me. Something that we've always seen about Blue Lock, and something that I want to talk about more specifically with Hugo, is that, or not Hugo, but with these Blue Lockers, is that the potential within them is infinite, so as long as they keep striving for a deeper sense of purpose, a reasoning to exist within the world of football, the world of soccer, in this series. And with Hugo man-marking Isagi here and shutting him down for the team, it is a interesting thing, because I want to go here, right? This is the main thing I want to go, like, right here. So before this widespread, we go up here, and as Hugo's giving him his philosophy, talking about him man-marking him, not giving him a shot, blocking him while Bachida, Reo, and even Chigiri is all being blocked, right? Isagi does slip by, Chigiri barely gets a pass in, then why do you persist to live so unsuitably? Because remember, he said that his whole way of life is unsuitable. His whole way of life is insufficient. It doesn't make sense. It's not purposeful. It's not right. It's not, it's not going to lead anywhere. It's almost like he's trying to help him without necessarily being disrespectful. And here, Isagi manages to get a pass in with the puzzle pieces kind of flying off. This, guys, to me, is a direct sort of, a direct shout in our faces that Isagi can evolve past these players. Not just Isagi, but Blue Lock as a whole. They can go beyond their beyond already. Rin gets the ball, bam, and then he's facing off against Loki here. So I'm just saying that there is a way to go beyond this. Again, Loki said destiny isn't something that can be so easily changed. But it can be changed, though. That's the nuance of, and that's what's so fascinating about, what's it called? That's what's so fascinating about this game, or really Loki's wording, is that destiny can be changed. It's just hard. Destiny, logic, right? You combine these two concepts together, guys, and when you look at it, look at me, right? Well, I'll use me as an example, right? I'll talk about myself. I'm a very short guy. I'm very, very short. I'm not that big. I used to be a lot bigger, right? I run a lot now, so I've lost a lot of my size, but hey, you boys still kind of right? Y'all remember when I used to flex in the videos, right? But again, my physique wouldn't be suitable for basketball. That doesn't mean I can't try. That doesn't mean I can't go beyond my beyond and try in a field where I'm probably not gonna make it. But that way of life isn't something that I feel like is that of a happy one, that of a, suitable one, right? My thing is like Hugo, so far, to me, without even us going into it, the theory of logic, the logic of theory, right? The thing that he was talking about, the logic of suitable destiny. You know, the idea that we don't need to go that evolve and that we just need to stay the way that we are. The reason why that's contradictive of what, you know, he's saying is that, again, if he doesn't care about I'm not gonna say don't care, but if he's okay with, right, we'll say that, if he's okay with being the way that he is and whatever the case may be, he wouldn't even really be trying in this game. You know, that doesn't mean I don't think that they're trying. They probably aren't, but still, that doesn't mean that, you know, they just wouldn't be trying at all. Not just that, but humans are the only exception because we're evolutionary-like creatures. We develop, we grow, we evolve, we push humanity forward. Like, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our ancestors, guys. The people before us that laid the groundworks for us to live, for us to prosper, for us to grow, for us to be able to have the internet and talk and to be able to have these discussions about fiction. You know, it's because of these fascinating things from the people before us that made us who we are, right? You know, so when I look at Hugo's philosophy, although I do believe it is very, 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 very interesting and something I've never seen before in a long time, it doesn't add up. It does, don't get me wrong, and it does make sense. However, it is not something internally I agree with. It's not something I agree with at all. At all. Not one bit. But it's definitely something that the Blue Lockers have never faced before, and I believe it's something more specifically Isagi needs to face, to not run away. Remember what I said during the NEL too about how Isagi, remember when he hit that inevitable wall of the geniuses? That was a huge moment for me that reflected part 1, that he wanted to win after realizing his original ego. But maybe wanting to win, maybe the insatiable fire, maybe all of that isn't enough, and maybe there's something even more that is beyond us that we need to understand for us to even have a chance in this game, let alone for the future, right? Because I'm looking beyond the game already, the future. So there's something more, you know, specifically in this game, I'm getting my words mixed up. Before this game too, when we got the God of Soccer, that could be it. But with that too, and other interesting concepts like suitable destiny, logic, adaptability, insatiable hunger and fire, accepting your own purpose, like fear. Again, I'm not gonna let that go. The fear of being complacent right here. There is something in this game deeper than what we can understand right now, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna discover it. I'm gonna call it, guys. I'm gonna find it. I am. I'm finding it. I'm reading it. I'm trying to understand. Here we go. Let's go, guys. Chapter 333, Natural Born. Finally, they clash head on. The Japan versus France number 10 showdown. Don't miss this moment of ego. We got the two geniuses. Ooh, we got Isagi versus Hugo. Now we got Rin versus Loki. Come on. Show me this. Second most hyped in my opinion. Let's go. Oh my gosh, Rin's gonna shoot! Oh my gosh! Bro, they were hitting each other and then there was like a shock wave. Oh my gosh! He already sees the shot angle. Rin, take it, Rin! We need that point! Oh my gosh! Even Loki was like, oh nah, he ain't no, he saw... Bro, oh my gosh! Did you see that? Like, he did the nutmeg move. Remember that the one that sided? Oh my gosh. Rin, take it. Oh my gosh, he's zooming in. So close. Hugo super block keeps them from a condescending goal. Oh my gosh, Hugo tipped it. Oh my god, if Hugo wasn't there, I'm telling you guys, oh my gosh. Look, I don't talk about Rin as much, but if he wasn't there, Rin gets tip blocked all the time when it comes to these shots. That is crazy. That is actually crazy. Oh my gosh, Loki got there in time?
But Ring could have made that. It was Hugo, man. Hugo got the attacking center midfield, man. And what's interesting, Hugo probably has the potential to be a really good striker, but instead he chose the midfield route. The attacking center midfield, something that he said Isagi should be. So, man, that was insane. That was insane. He got Ring, but he still took the shot. He could have made that. I swear, guys, Ring could have made that. He could have made that, guys. Oh my gosh, France, man. For real? Could it be that even that just now was predicted? Reading Ring's trait of waiting to shoot while colliding, Loki limited the shot course and Hugo blocked it. No, it's not just that. Even the tactics that Blue Lock prepared, as well as all of our individual abilities, everything has been logically understood and grasped. Talents placed in the right place, bringing out 100% performance. An aptitude-based elite collective. Can we win against France? You guys are strong, Blue Lock. If you take the diligent, collective-minded culture of Japanese soccer and mix it with the individualistic philosophy of everyone aiming to be the world's best striker, you create a hybrid team that takes the best of both, the collective and the individual. Your coach is an excellent individual who made the experiment a success, but this is as far as it goes. Talent 66%, environment 33%, luck 1. These are ratios of the elements that decide a match. At least, that's what I believe. But in Blue Lock's case, it's a team that's been barely winning by Yuichi Isagi, pulling in that 1% luck, right? So we won't let a situation where that luck can happen. This is the ultimate way to crush Blue Lock. Just try it, you big jerk. That quick irritation and snapping back at me is proof that I was right on the spot. And also, your team has a serious Isagi Yoichi dependency. The Japanese team is currently growing on the premise of your endless new ideas. In other words, paradoxically, you are not allowed to stop thinking and evolving. If you stop growing, the team will collapse. The heavy pressure is creating impatience within you. That makes your play easy and predict, easy to crush. Besides, at what point were you feeling pressure in this situation? You're not fit to be number one. Because if you were the number one, you should be able to joyfully enjoy this moment where you are the center of the world, shouldn't you? That's a really good point, man. That is a really good point. Wow. I'm speechless, man. Isagi's not used to this though. Like he's not used to being number one, guys. You know, like that's an innate character trait that he has. He's not used to being number one. He's like, if you really are fit to be number one, then you should be joyfully enjoying this moment, even if you're losing. Because you are the center of the world, you know? And on top of that, Blue Lock is evolving because of Isagi Yoichi's ideals. In this situation where luck can happen, this is the ultimate way to crush Blue Lock. Man, I'm speechless, guys. He's got me quiet, because I feel like Isagi. I don't know what to say. In that regard, our Loki is a perfect fit. Born in the world's best physical abilities, and never doubting that he will become the world's best striker. His mind and body are in perfect sync with his aptitude. He is a natural-born number one, and I'm gonna produce that. To see a view that couldn't be reached alone, I want to become the world's number two. Huh? You of all people should understand, Isagi Yoichi. I don't mean second place. I'm talking about overseeing and manipulating the organization from the second highest spot. Being the one who understands the number one better than anyone else. An equal being. I'm a widespread, man. He's got me quiet, guys. I don't know what to say. He's got me quiet. I don't know what to say. I mean, I do. I obviously know what to say, guys. I know. All right? Hey, I'm afraid right now. I got that fear in my heart, too. Right? And he doesn't mean second place. That kind of put a stamp in how I felt a little bit about him, but it still doesn't really change anything about how I feel about him. You know, and it's because of Isagi being human, right? You know, when this manga refers to these world-class players as inhuman, I wonder how extreme they're going to treat Lavinho. I wonder how extreme, they're going to treat, you know, Chris Prince. We've already got a little bit of Snuffy's backstory, but really Noel Noah and, you know, Loki. What did it take? What was the fear that Loki was talking about, you know, in the Nagi spinoff, if that's going to even be relevant. If I am right, or if this is the first time that I'm wrong. I wonder if not just fear, because fear is playing here, guys. I was right. I said fear is going to be a main part of this match. But really, what did it take for Hugo to feel this way? What did it take for Loki to feel this way? Because for Kaiser, a New Generation World 11, it took a lot. It took his whole life. So with them, what does it mean to be the world's number 2 in the widespread? That's insane. Oh my gosh. I think I've seen this panel. I think I did see this. Oh my gosh.
俺は I always win. I'm a dead man walking. I'm in a maze right now. I'm amazed right now. Look at your face right now. Tell what you saying right now. You in love right now. Man, you're in a maze. Yeah, you in a cage. And you say that you love me, you love me, you love when I entertain you. I can never say the same. You don't understand my brain. If I told you it's clipped off, yeah, what the fuck would you even say? You saying that you done, and I know that you not. Fuck being free, I always win. I'm a dead man walking. I'm in a maze right now. I'm amazed right now. Look at your face right now. Say what you say right now. You in love right now.
Come and be number 2, Isagi Yuichi. If you live out your destiny as the number 2, luck can still become better. But if you keep chasing that dream of becoming the world's number 1 striker,
you don't understand my brain. If I told you it's clipped off, yeah, what the fuck would you even say?
Blue Lock will be destroyed right here. To be continued. Time of Awakening. Declaration of Destruction to Blue Lock's Japan. How will they oppose the Aptitude Fatalist? Corner kick. This is the same stuff with Sai, guys. Like, when you really think about it too, guys, this is the same stuff with Sai. I can't, bro. It's the philosophical challenge of Isagi's perspective, right? It's not just Blue Lock's ideology. It is a challenge of the Blue Lock's ideology, guys. It is. It is a challenge of the Blue Lock's ideology. It is. Come and be number 2. Look at that panel. Oh my gosh, guys. Just see that panel? Look at this. Look at this panel here. Come and be number 2. And Blue Lock can still become stronger. So my question is, when Kaneshiro said in that interview a while ago, will you still like Isagi by the end? Maybe he'll ditch Blue Lock entirely. Maybe he'll forget, he'll sacrifice. Remember, Isagi sold his soul to victory. So maybe with this, right? With this, what will Isagi do to be the world's best? What will he do? Will Isagi go down the villain path? Right? Because when you look at it, guys, look at Hugo's eyes. You see how, guys, his eyes are swirly? It almost looks like the ego eyes just reversed. Think about that. The ego eyes, guys, are white. The egoist eyes, the old egoist eyes, are white with black swirls. Now, it's black with white swirls. It's like the reverse ego. Like, he totally destroyed his ego. But rather, this is his ego, essentially. He destroyed his ego and created it anew. Maybe with Isagi, he needs to reset to 0. I mean, maybe he needs to reset to 0 like Kaiser, or it needs to be a situation where he needs to wake up. Maybe he needs to wake up to this destiny that he's ruled or confined to, right? And again, it's like, man, his speech was so hard-hitting, it left me speechless, guys. Like, it left me speechless, right? Because it's a direct It is a person who, it is simply, guys, a situation where it's like meeting a person who just disagrees with you entirely about everything. Everything in life. Everything. From your ideals to the way that you exist. Everything. And sometimes that can be extremely problematic and you end up hating them or they end up hating you and it causes this huge problem and whatever. But with this situation, it's a disagreement of Isagi's way of life, like his philosophy, and he's not being offensive about it. He's not being rude about it. He's being very real about it. And if you want to reach the world stage, again, he doesn't mean second place. He wants to change the soccer. Again, what's interesting is that they're playing, the way that Loki's team is playing is like traditional soccer kind of. So it goes against the Blue Lock philosophy. But, right? He doesn't really mean he wants to be the second world's best. It just means he wants to be in that realm and change the soccer organization too. He has the same dreams as Isagi, he's just going about it in a different way. So really, Hugo isn't even really a villain. He's not. However, he is an antagonist, a very strong antagonist to our protagonist in terms of what it means to be number one, what it means to be hungry, what it means wanting to win, what it means wanting to be the best, even if you weren't suited to be the best. I am not suited to do X, Y, and Z, but does that mean I shouldn't do it? Right? Does that mean I shouldn't try? You know? He is right, though. Blue Lock does rely on Isagi, and before anybody disagrees, I'm going to just say this. From the beginning up until now, if it wasn't for Isagi, Chigiri would have never awakened and never would have been afraid of running on his torn ACL in the first selection. Nagi would have never been able to find the fire within him if it wasn't for Isagi. Bado would have never been challenged as a king if it wasn't for Isagi. Rin would have never been able to evolve past who he is if it wasn't for Isagi. Blue Lock relied on Isagi. Right now, they are relying on Isagi. Take away Isagi, what are they? They don't have anything. But that doesn't mean they're useless. That means they can still evolve too. So then Isagi needs to catch up to them again. Think about that, guys. In this match, if other side characters or if other characters evolve because Isagi can't keep up, and I don't know if you guys have watched Cars, the old movie Cars where the cars can talk. You guys remember, I think it was like the second movie or third movie, the McQueen is fading. Bam, this is it. Isagi's fading. Just when he got a taste of what it meant to be at the top, hence the Nigeria game. Top of the world, number one in Blue Lock, shut down the Nigeria game. Whole team centered around him, bam, shut them down. Celebrated, the fire doesn't die. Now, the fire gets crushed into oblivion, just like that, right? So then now it's like they have no choice but to rely on Rin again, but then also rely on themselves and evolve too. So all the Blue Lockers acting this way and being self-reliant on Isagi, it kind of does make sense. I've seen a lot of content creators, a lot of people, that's right, I was hiding this. I saw a lot of them talking about this, and I disagree. I think a lot of the Blue Lockers relying on Isagi this way, it does make sense. In the sense where you see all these side characters starting with, we don't know who it's going to start with. I don't know, but I feel like it's going to start with one of them in this match, or beyond this match. You know what I mean? With Isagi shut down, they have no choice but to evolve, right? Either that or Blue Lock's destroyed. Done. Dead in the water. The series is over, right? Who knows? Like, what could happen? But what I'm saying is, guys, this reminds me of the U20 game, right? With them relying on Isagi and Rin, but mainly Rin, obviously. And then when Rin got shut down by Aiku and Sai, right? Because he was about to score that kick, but, Aiku evolved, and it wasn't really enough. They needed luck. Somebody who could see the luck, turn it into a power, manipulate it, and cause Blue Lock to win, and that was Isagi. Everything's coming back to full circle, guys. From the first selection up until U20 France game, it's all a circle, guys. It is, and it's only going to keep getting bigger. But the starting point, the focal point of the beginning of the story still remains the same. It still does. And it's still very prevalent in this match. Oh, I'm so excited. I have so much to talk about. So much. And it excites me. Even with my favorite character, Isagi, getting dismantled, getting destroyed, getting crushed, getting absolutely obliterated, his attitude isn't that of to be number one. But his hunger is. But sometimes, just sometimes, that's not enough. And we need something more than that to be number one in the world. Isagi is number one in Blue Lock, but remember, never stay satisfied, always stay hungry and keep the fire. You're not number one in the world yet, Isagi. You're not number one yet in the world. Who cares if you're number one in Blue Lock? That is a small aspect of the bigger plan that Ego has, or that you should have for yourself with wanting to meet this god of soccer. Isagi, if you want to meet the god of soccer, not just within this match, but in the entire franchise, you gotta dig deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself. But that's really all I had to say. It's just I'm talking so passionately about this because it's so fascinating. And Botch is taking the corner kick. Again, the way I see this going is that Hugo and them, they're just gonna shut him down again. It's just that's how I see it. But here we go, guys. Let's go. Chapter 334, time to wake up. Corner kick. If you keep striving to be the world's best striker, Blue Lock will be annihilated here. Shut up. If you think you can outwit us, then go ahead and try. A side pass. That's not a simple cross. It's a shot corner. Run a signal play. They're up to something. Cover your marks. Too late. Totes. Watch it again. He's right by the line. It's how attentive the goalie is too. Like, we're hearing the goalie thought. This is like, again, world-class goalie, guys. Like, I don't want to say world-class, but up to that point. World official play goalie here. And we're hearing his thought process. We're hearing his perspective. It's like, okay, we're seeing these plays. This isn't like some one-off goalie now, guys. But I won't let you make a close-up shot. This is when I do something cool. Pass away from the goal. Nice, Bachi. I'm wide open. Are you? No shooting for you, copy machine. Shooting, that's not the plan. He ignored it. Weren't you gonna crush me with logic? You second best bastard. This is mine. Not yet. This is a contrarian here. Whenever Blue Lock uses a pattern we don't know, we keep a close watch on the most annoying spot, aka where Yuichi Isagi is. That's my job. No way, they ruined our first signal play. Pass it, Isagi. Come on, over here. If you embrace your destiny at second best, Blue Lock can get even stronger. Shut up. Oh my gosh, man. He reminds me of Kaiser, man. Isagi's crashing, man. He's burning. Isagi's burning himself, man. He's burning himself. Because, again, guys, oh my gosh, man. This isn't the right way. Like, I did say, guys, you have to have the ego, but this isn't the right way. Gonna live as number one. You go. This is the only place it could have gone. Huh? He stopped it. See, without your two-gun volley or your direct shot, you're a below-average striker. At this rate, Blue Lock will lose because of you. It's time to wake up, Yuichi Isagi. You can change.
Yeah. Can we run this back?
My baby pull up and treat me. Margarita to my baby, my senorita. My mama see the cold hard glasses on us. She could never ever see us taking my.
Know your place, obey your destiny. For real. Damn, what are we gonna do? We can't use Yuichi Isagi.
Dance, baby. Oh, we fell in love. Then I switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it, 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 switch it.
Suitable destiny. The world's second best. What is Karasu gonna do? But like, I've always liked Karasu, so I'm not mad at this. The final panel of Karasu with Suitable Destiny. I mean, again, the PXG match, with the whole average Joe and like his backstory with Hiyori. I mean, this kind of fits into him, and it gives more development for the side character. What did I say? I said there's gonna be a side character, and it's gonna be Karasu, man. Come on, guys, come on, give me that. It's Karasu. He looked really clean in that panel, but guys, that without your 2-gun or your direct shot, you're a below average striker, man. He shot just like Kaiser did and he caught it. That's, oh my gosh, man. But the thing is, Isagi still saw that with his metavision. Like, he still saw that, and he was being blocked, and what was I gonna say? I was about to say contrarian, but the demon here, Charles, he blocked, he kind of like tipped it, and then he shot in like the smallest, most inconvenient way. And here, I'm gonna turn my panel around and show you guys this. And then guys, this panel here, man, is just insane. Like Isagi's face here of just the utter fear or sort of shock or horror. It's just, know your place and obey your destiny. And again, if they weren't man-marking Isagi, they would be winning. In a way, you could also say that France has a bit of a Loki dependency problem. But the problem with that sort of argument is that they kind of don't. Because Hugo could probably make the shot. Charles could take the shot. You know, so that's where like I don't really agree with them being super dependent on Loki. But this is just, guys, I'm blown away. Isagi shot, he tried, oh my god, he tried and he missed. He's doing just like what Kaiser did. He needs to reset to 0. He needs to reset to 0. That face of utter horror by like Isagi is, I am speechless, guys. I don't know. I gotta have a moment. Give me a moment, guys. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. All right, we're back. For you guys, it's been a moment, but for me, it's been like a couple days. So had to take a break, had to go take care of some things, but we're back. Thank you. Hope you guys have been well. Hope you guys have been doing good. So again, for me, I feel like it's been a while, but I just need to go take care of some things. I apologize again for the lack of uploads, but I just wanted to make and put this little intermission in the middle of the video just to let you guys know that I am still working on videos. I am still trying to put my heart into these types of videos, so not just Blue Lock related, but other things too. I also heard from a news perspective, I was going to talk about this at the end of the video, but I'll bring it up very slightly, very briefly, but apparently it's confirmed that Blue Lock not only is, during, right now it's celebrating, like, I think it's 10th anniversary, but basically it was confirmed, I believe, that Blue Lock's still going to be continuing for, who knows, probably its 20th anniversary. So we have a lot of years to go, or a lot more content to have. And I think a couple weeks, or if not months ago, people were worried about whether Blue Lock would end or not. And in my opinion, I mean, I never really worried about that, guys, because it's like, I don't think it's going to end. I never really thought it was going to end around the U20. I mean, we're in the under 20s right now, and with this arc, we could have a clubs arc. I heard about that. We could have so many other things, but we will talk about that in the video. All right. I heard about all this news pretty recently. So, and again, it's been a minute. So we're going to continue reading, last chapter. Again, I didn't really react that much because I was getting a little tired and some things were coming up, but know your place. Know your place, right? Isagi's kind of fading. Karasu, right? What is he going to do? I think it sort of, in a way, matches his character for the whole mediocre / number 2. What could he do, or what type of value could he have? I mean, I talked about it earlier. I mean, for you guys, it's an instinct because you guys are watching this video, but for me, a timestamp, those chapters that were in the beginning compared to me now, because I look a little different, that was a couple days, if not weeks. That was many weeks ago. So my theory about how, if Isagi can't really add any internal value, Karasu could maybe do something, or other background characters, other Blue Lockers are going to be forced to awaken, but maybe not in the right way, or maybe in the wrong way, or something. There's going to be a sort of clash or sort of dilemma with I don't want to say with the Blue Lockers, I mean maybe, but more so with Isagi and this whole philosophy with being number 1 and being number 2. This whole match is definitely you know, in that same route of all the other matches before it, from Nigeria all the way to the NEL to third, second, first selection, where it's all very, 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 very narrative heavy. So it's a matter of how Kanashiro is really going to take this. I mean, like what I said, Karasu can do something. I'm not saying he can, but it's a matter of like, what could he be thinking of? What could he possibly be doing? I mean, we saw those eyes. It's like the awakening eyes. So I don't really know. Again, I'm a little fresh off. It's like pretty late. I just got off the gym too, so you guys can tell by the gains, right? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, know your place, huh? Number 2. I'll see you guys. I don't know what the next chapter's called, but we're gonna check it out in a minute. Let's go. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. Without further ado, I'm not gonna, try to talk too long here. I know I haven't been really giving my thorough thoughts, but I just really wanted to quickly say, gosh, it's insane, right? Not necessarily, again, how narrative focused this match is, but what this could mean for the future. You guys already know me. I'm always thinking about the future. So I don't know. Honestly, I had a feeling that Karasu was going to add some value, or at least do something in the future, just because of the simple fact of, again, we go back to the NEL, a lot of characters already kind of had some forms of like growth, whether it was minor, some more major. I'm just really curious on what this match could be for Karasu, or if, again, my sort of theories, because again, where I'm at right now, guys, like, look at me. You see how I look a little different from the intro? Listen, it's been some weeks. I've had my theories, I've had my guesses. Some of them I've hit, some of them have not. But the point is that, if not, I feel like all of them have hit. I don't want to say none of them haven't. I feel like, if anything, a lot of them has. My main point, should I move my tab over here? My main point is like the whole fear thing. Could running away from something and being, so I'm just closing my tabs here. Could I be right on that? We're gonna go ahead and figure out now. I'm gonna go ahead and just roll right into it. Let's just get right into it. He's making a long throw counter. Move back, Blue Lock. This is bad. Watch out for Loki. Chapter 335. Transformation. Every panel, look at him. Every panel, he's bending the page. This is unfair. Ref, Reen, get on him. You have, like, I'm telling you guys, and I've said this, like, the whole match, if not before, man marking, guarding, each player, this is important. Reen needs to stay on Loki. Genius x Genius. Genius versus Genius. If he's not marking him, you know what I mean? He's just free, So, I mean, the triple defender in the beginning, if you guys remember, like, literally for you guys, it was a couple minutes ago, a while ago. For me, it was weeks. But, yeah, the triple man marking, right? With, I believe, Anaru, Nico, and was it, what was his name? Aiku. Yeah, sorry. But other than that, guys, no, it needs to be a Genius. Ego-san, they keep anticipating our tactics. Nothing's working. Do you have a plan? Should we swap out players? Wait up, Speed Freak. Hold on, Chigiri. Hold on. Get up on there. Hold on, wait. I forgot about a Speedster. But, man, and Ego's not saying nothing. Oh, that's so interesting. We're just gonna have to wait. I don't know. That's so interesting. Chickadee, come on, get on him. I won't let you run free. He's not just fast. He's pushing through me. He's gonna get past. Likewise, Princess. Nice Crossu. Thanks to Chickadee racing him, I passed Loki's rhythm and managed to cut in just before him. But now, what do? I should assume we can't rely on Isagi anymore. Yeah, come on. At this rate, they'll just keep reading and slowly crushing us. Live as second best. If I stop worrying about scoring my own goals and focus on helping the team win, we can probably evolve. That might be the best way for us to defeat France, the king of the soccer world. That wouldn't be Blue Lock. Over here, Karasu. I'm gonna be the world's best striker. That ego will never waver. I'll make it happen. Damn, man. Oh my gosh. But that's not Blue Lock. Wait, guys. That's not Blue Lock. But is that you, though? Like, guys, the egocentrism, remember from the NEL, the reason why Isagi kept ascending, from the beginning of the FC Barcha match, from the bench, all the way to a main star character player within the PXG match is because of Isagi's drive, of him wanting it for himself. That wouldn't be Blue Lock. He's worrying too much, in my opinion so far, about the program itself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, this is how Isagi thought in the U20 match, if not way before as well, but is this what he wants? Is this the egoism that would be good for himself? Because again, the number one striker and what's best for Blue Lock are two different things. Those are two different things, guys. Remember that. Those are very vastly two different things. Dumbass. Acting on a whim like that isn't going to work against this team. If we keep relying on you, Isagi, Blue Lock is going to die right here. Think of something. We gotta change. Become the second best. Oh my, look at the crow consuming him. You see the panel on that? Oh my god, and the art and everything. Karasu, what do you mean you're gonna be second best? That's his ego, but like, I don't understand. Like, it's like the ego or something is consuming him. It's like destroying him. But also, it's making him, you know, evolve or something. This could be, I don't know, this could be a myriad of things, but I feel as if maybe it could be like ego death or something, but in the bad way? I don't know. Oh, Karasu. He used me as bait to dribble past? Is he playing to score on his own? We didn't practice a pattern like that. What is he thinking? Huh? Your vibe changed, Karasu-chan. They're back. Watch out for a shot. Ain't gonna shoot, moron. I gotta stop thinking of myself as a striker. Erase all needless info. I'll use myself as second best and devise a new plan. I'm gonna make us win. I'm in control. He's trying to control the flow of the game. Is he trying to be like Isagi? Or is he trying to be like himself? He's trying to control the flow of the game. I'm gonna make us win. I'm in control. He's trying to, in a way, pseudo-replace Isagi. Which again isn't a... Oh my gosh, I don't know, guys. I need more. This is insane. Guys, didn't I say from the NEL that I always, like, thought Karasu was so fascinating? Not there. There is no good either. No, you dunce. Throw out all of your current plans right now. The one most suitable for a goal is an extraordinary striker. I need ya.
Pay your price. I'm not surprised that I lit his life. Could you do what I didn't do it twice? Could you make it money up until it late? Could you come and say that bidding all night? Could you work around the clock all night? Yeah, could you work on the job all night? Could you work on the job all night? Yeah, all that money while your job so tight. And you almost lost your job tonight.
Let's go, Major Sadist. Roger that, frenemy. Hiyori? Oh no. This is about to be, it's about to be one of those reflexive, oh no. Hiyori? Oh my god, the next one's Crow and Ice. It's over. It's over! They're gonna score. I mean, if not, they're gonna do like a major assist. Crow and Ice? No, I mean, I don't, but like the thing is, guys, hold on. I'm not too mad at Rin because he's being marked by Loki right now. Hugo's marking Isagi with Charles, and then all the other teammates are being marked by the Blue Lockers being marked by the France teammates. Hiyori's the I guess so. Hiyori's the only one open, but this is gonna be some development here. Oh my gosh, but it's working. Why is it working? Why? And is that a good thing? I because of the inner dialogue with Isagi so far. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, lack of commentary. Next one, guys. Chapter 336, Crow and Ice. He sent it over to the left side. The ball goes to Yo Hiyori. I was thinking the same thing, Karasu. The attack patterns that start with Isagi-kun are dead in the water. So somebody's got to create a new one. Right now, we're the only ones that can. He's free, someone cover him. On it. Too slow. Cut past. Aim for a shot. No, I don't have a course. Another side pass. But this through their defense line. Shoot now, Karasu. Not me, dumbass. Why won't you shoot, you major sadist? I knew your talent as a striker best of all, because we were on the same youth team. Your conflicted feelings about soccer, your resignation, and how much you changed here in Blue Lock. I've been watching all along, so I should know. He passed back to me? Karasu. That's why I can take a chance on you, because of your extraordinary shooting talent. Pass it, Hiyori. The idea came to me once I put everything into being second best. Shoot it, damn it.
Shut your mouth, close your eyelids. Pay your price. I'm not surprised that I live this life. Could you do what I didn't do it twice? Could you make it money up until it late? Could you come and say the bit in all night? Could you work around the clock all night? Yeah, could you work on the job all night? Could you work on the job all night? Yeah, all that money while your job so tight. And you almost lost your job tonight. This not breaking, man, I bring my motherfucking part. Yeah, I love the feeling when it's wrong, alright. Kill sick and twisted, know my brain, alright. It's on autopilot.
The victory lies within self-sacrifice. Aim for my head. I'm trusting you, extraordinary. He lowered his head at the last second to create a tiny shot course. Who the hell said they couldn't make a Galazo without Yuichi Isagi? Go!
Look me in the eyes.
Look me in the eyes. You see my eyes bleed. That bitch give me head, that bitch give me brain. I feel like a mind reader. Look up, it's a bird, look up, it's a plane. Bitch is a desert eagle. Got the niggas on pins and needles on thin eyes like ballerinas. I ain't play out they bitch asses. Let's touch, I spit acid. Small
Goal! Goal! With Yo Hiyori and Tabito Karasu's trick shot, Blue Lock has tied the score. Dude, guys, that panel looks so creepy. Like, it looks so eerie of, like, Karasu, like... I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I'm happy. I am happy that we scored, but guys, I don't know. I don't know. Something's going on in my brain. I don't know what this feeling is. It's something. Even like Charles was shook. He sacrificed himself. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I don't know about this. I'm looking at the next panel and like I kind of feel the same way as Isagi does right here. If not, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. What do you want me to say? This is crazy. Oh my gosh, the narrative. I know it's flowing right now. I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite blog video. I say it every time. This is crazy. Hold on. All right. Damn, Karasu Hiyori. All right. We caught up. We have a chance now. But what Karasu just did, it looked like he totally given up on scoring his own goal. Is that really okay? Doesn't that go against everything Blue Lock stands for? See, even if it's not you, there's someone with the brains and talent to be second best. Not bad, Blue Lock. This is the destructive power of utter suitability. Oh, and one more thing. If you also started acting like a second best up on the front line, Blue Lock could hold its own against France. You hold the team's destiny in your hands, Yuichi Isagi. Ignore him, Isagi. Our destiny is devouring each other to be the best. Second best is so tepid. Which way is right? We did it, Ego-san. Karasu-kun and Hiyori-kun managed to create a new attack pattern. We still have a shot. No, I didn't expect this. I have no desire for this chemical reaction. Huh? What should I believe in?
Just say it to me, yeah. This don't make sense to me, yeah. You want the sex with me, yeah. Checks from me, yeah. I want what's best for me. I want what's next for me. I want all my money. I want
What did I say? Like guys. I don't know. This is insane. Like, something's happening. What is this internal civil war going on? Oh my! But keep in mind, I'm gonna go back to the panels. Keep in mind, after the celebration, Hugo said someone was bound to do that. His ideology, in a way, infected the team. But he said Blue could hold its own against France. That doesn't mean they could beat them. That doesn't mean they could beat them. Say Isagi decided to choose the path of, suitability. That would only get them so far. Like, really think about that, guys. Say they did beat France. Let's just say they beat France with this type of ideology. Let's just say, right? Or they barely lose. If they take this ideology against Kaiser's team or any other team, they're losing. They're not going to win. Like, I fully believe in that. This ideology is not it. It's not it. It doesn't matter if they're scoring goals. And what's even worse is that the France team isn't even taking them seriously. Like, people, for a lot of the people who are happy about this goal, I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm fully against it. I mean, I'm not against it because it's causing us to get in the lead. The problem is, to a lot of the viewers and even the announcer, we don't see what's wrong with this. We don't. And although it's not within France's calculations, if we just all of a sudden go down the path to suitability, what if their team just outspecs ours and we just lose? Like, it doesn't really, yeah, it comes down to specs, but also it comes down to, like, their individualistic play style, I'm gonna go back to some of the panels here really quickly, and I'll show you guys in a way what I'm talking about. So guys, with Hiyori scoring the goal right here, and we get the celebration on the right, it feels very uncanny to look at this and just see Isagi here, I guess, kind of shook at the idea that, like, questioning the sort of moral compass, the internal dilemma of whether or not this is actually okay or not. Again, Isagi is thinking about the overall like, feeling or mental thought process of Blue Lock, something that he used to think about. And in a way, in the Neo Egoist League, he did think like that, but not so much, only because he was so focused on himself. His idea of trying to fight for himself, because there was no Blue Lock then. There was the Neo Egoist League teams. So he never, so I'm not gonna say he never, but, like, in a way, he wasn't trying to fight for Blue Lock, he was trying to fight for himself. With Hugo over here on the right, guys, still taunting Isagi, there's something in the brains of, there's someone with the brains and talent to be second best, not bad Blue Lock. This is destructive power of utter suitability. One more thing, if you also started acting like second best up on the front line, Blue Lock could hold his own against France. Your team's destiny is in your hands, Yuichi Isagi. Again, I see what Hugo means by that, but, like, if Blue Lock can still score, and I'm going to flip my screen around real quick here before we address the next panel, because I feel like I really want to talk about the next panel here. Again, even with this ideology, if Blue Lock can still score without this ideology, it's like, I don't want to, well, yeah, if Blue Lock can still score without the ideology of suitability, if they can still score with their own individualistic Blue Lock style, then Hugo's just wrong, obviously. Like, a goal from one of the Blue Lockers, whether it's Baro or Shido, if they get subbed in, I think Kunigami's on the bench as well, and the other, if there is other characters too, I don't think so. If Isagi scores, if Rin scores, it totally shuts down Hugo's philosophy, like, already right then and there. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So, if any of those Blue Lockers can score, but it's just the sheer horror of Isagi's face, man. It sucks, guys. Hey, it sucks, but we're here for the writing. We're here for the story. Let's keep discussing. So, right here, as we have Isagi just completely destroyed, Anri's happy about it. Something very interesting. If you guys remember, Anri was one of the biggest Nagi fans. And if you guys remember Nagi, obviously, Nagi was a character that, in a way, underestimated soccer. If you guys remember that quote all the way back in the Nagi spinoff to the anime, to even the first selection, when Isagi said to do not underestimate soccer, that's why he got locked off from a narrative perspective. But Anri was always happy about it, even his 5-stage revolver fake volley. and Ego is not happy about it. It's the same way now. If Andere is happy about it, but Ego isn't, you know it's not a good thing. At least so far. I did not expect this. I have no desire for this chemical reaction. He's completely disgusted by this, or at least he's completely, just utterly defeated by this. And again, the final panel here, what is happening to Blue Lock? Man, what a really cool panel. It looks like he's all blacked out, and it reminds me of like, it reminds me of Kaiser when he reset to 0. So maybe, again, I've said before, maybe Isagi needs to reset to 0 or something in order for him to gain sort of a sense of value. But for us right now, even though we caught up and tied the match, what does this mean? Like, seriously, what does this actually mean? Fundamentally, that's what I'm trying to get my head around. Not just the theory of suitability and logic and destiny or whatever, but it's the Blue Lockers. Is there going to be a split? Is there going to be a dilemma? Is there going to be like a strife or something? That's what I want to see right now. Let's go. Right now, guys. Chapter 337 for Blue Lock. Blue Lock Japan has caught up. This white hot match is just getting started, folks. What is happening in Blue Lock? Where is this team trying to go? What should I believe in? Ego-san. Hey, Isagi, come here. Oh no, they're about to talk. I knew it. They're gonna talk. But listen. Listen. Remember when Isagi was stuck during the U20 and he was talking to Ego like we gotta do something. It kind of mirrors that in a way. But Isagi's saying, what should I believe in? Where are we trying to go? What are we trying to do? I'm telling you guys this right now. I'm gonna flip my screen around. Before we continue, this is the last thing I'm gonna say before we actually get into it again. I personally believe, all-time theories now, like lock in, guys. I personally believe that Isagi is, in a way, he's gonna have to go down a path that is just completely indulged in selfishness, right? And that sounds bad in theory, but in the realm of Blue Lock, at least from a thematic perspective, I feel as if that is the way. I feel like that is the way to go. I don't know. I for all the chapters I've been reading, yeah. So we'll keep going. Oh, this is gonna be hot. I knew it. This is insane. Let's keep on using this method now, huh? They're covering you too heavily, so the plans we've practiced ain't working. So I'm gonna focus on helping to set up shots like I just did. I'll figure out new ways to score goals without you. That's the only way we can beat France, right? Sure. But are you okay with throwing away your life as a striker, Karasu? Huh? It ain't like I'm throwing it away. I know you've done the same thing before. You do stuff like temporary assist to help set up the team to win. Yeah, I have. I just did the same thing now. If you want to talk about life as a striker, then what about Gagamaru playing goalie? Or all the guys playing defense? They ain't strikers. Well, yeah, but still, something about your new attitude doesn't sit right. What the heck? Don't diss me if you can't even verbalize it. Okay, I get it. Both interesting points. But it's not being the life as a striker. It's the mentality. It's not necessarily the life in a way, but in another way, the series has evolved beyond that point while still keeping its core belief themes. But okay, unlike what you're doing, at least I'm trying to change for Blue Lock's sake. Hold up, Crossu. That's what's bugging me. Huh? You just said you're doing it for Blue Lock's sake. Anything besides playing soccer for yourself isn't the way of an egoist. All of us are aiming to be the world's best striker. Huh? What's going on? You deviated from that philosophy because of what Hugo said, and now you're prioritizing the team's victory as second best. That's not the way of Blue Lock. Then go on and score a goal yourself, you trash. Huh? Since you ain't effective as a striker, I'm trying to change based on our opponent's opinion. What about it? Would it be the Blue Lock way to let France kick our asses just for Yuichi Isagi's sake? Looks like you're the one spinning the wheels, acting like number one, and trying to ruin Blue Lock, you ordinary bastard. Oh my god. But Karasu, what? Hold on. But wait. Oh my god. But wait. Hold on. Both fair points. Isagi even admitted with the, during the God of Soccer chapter, if you guys remember when Isagi was talking about trying to meet the God of Soccer, to Ego, he even admitted that as an individual striker, he's not the best. Hold on, guys. I'm getting my hat now. It's about time we get active, okay? I understand what he's saying, but and plus a lot, guys, a lot of the assists that Isagi had to make to help the team win, That was like way in the past. If we go back to the U20, you know, like pseudo U20 to NEL, it wasn't just the actions, but it was the mindset behind those actions which led to his evolution. Isagi like passed the ball or would assist the team for the sake of himself. It wasn't really a matter of trying to make Blue Lock better. So in a way, Karasu has a point, and Isagi is still being selfish. In a way, he's still being selfish. They're both thinking about Blue Lock, but they're both at the same time not thinking about it. And then Karasu, for the sake of you calling Isagi trash, you try. Like, for the sake of it, you try to go off against Hugo and Loki as number one. Try not to resign your ego of trying to be the world's best striker. Try to fight in the PXG match. Try to try to have the IQ to go up against these geniuses like, you know, Noel Noah and Loki and Kaiser and Reen, even though I know that Kaiser isn't a genius. During the PXG match, again, Karasu was pulling off plays with him being the talented learner, ex-talented learner when he linked up with Charles, but to a degree, a lot of his IQ or plays or the way that he went about it is not even on the same levels as Isagi's. So I get what he's saying, but in a way, he is right with Isagi always thinking about himself. Isagi is being selfish. He's not thinking about the team. But in a way, he kind of is. Because when Isagi says it's best for all of Blue Lock's sake to think for ourselves, because this is how we got this far, for the Karasu to just say then that, oh, I'm not trying to change, I'm just doing it temporarily. If you keep doing it temporarily, it's going to end up being an effective change anyways. This is like me saying, guys, if I keep temporarily uploading videos, you know how many videos I've put out now at this point? It's no longer temporary, it's a pattern. He's like, I know you've done the same thing before. Temporary assist to help the team win. And Isagi's like, yeah, I have. He's just like, well, I just did the same thing just now. And if you want to talk about life as a striker, then what about Gagamaru playing goalie or you guys playing the defense line? They're not strikers. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Because everybody in a way, because of the Neo Egoist League, mostly because of the Neo Egoist League, everybody found their egocentrism, their originality, what they aligned with their team, their football philosophy is what aligned with them. So it's what they in a way chose. As long as they're egotistical about it, or as long as in a way they are full of themselves. That's what egoism as a whole means, to be full within yourself. But if you're just doing things for the sake of your team and you're not thinking about yourself, then it goes against what the Blue Lock series has always been about. So in a way, I understand what he's saying, and if that's his ego, then that's his ego. Then he's no longer... Then in a way, he kind of no longer aligns with it. I have a lot more to say. This is very fascinating. In the bottom panel, so insane.
I don't care. None of that crap matters. All of us, we want to win here and now. Not think about what's next. Losing's the same as dying, and we aren't dead yet. Nothing matters except being the best in the world.
We get paid always.
I'm thinking about Blue Lock too. I'm working so hard. I've been racking my brain about what I need to do best in Blue Lock. For Blue Lock, looks like you just said it yourself. For Blue Lock, how are you any different from me? Okay, that's enough. Chill out, you two. You're both right. What if we try thinking like that? There's no denying that Karasu's method got results, and the egotistical philosophy Isagi's talking about is more important too. So let's make use of both. We'll fight with all we've got. We'll find a new shape for Blue Lock to win. How's that sound? Okay, fine by me. In any case, it seems like it's time for Blue Lock to change. Dang, they got up to us? So annoying. It's like, WTF? Well, I think this will be more fun than showing them out. Yeah, this is good. I'll keep leading this field towards its destiny. Just try it, you perfectionist freaks. I want a goal so badly I can't stand it. Oh yeah, same here. We settled on our own strategy for now, but we haven't solved the fundamental issue. The goal Karasu and Hiyori made will be hard to use now that France is ready for it. Its reproducibility is too low. Nothing will change unless I can make myself effective, but there's no way in hell I'll live as second best. Second best is just another kind of ego. Being the best isn't the only way to live. So listen up, Yuichi Isagi, and I'll tell you about my ego as second best. His ego. So, hey, what did I say earlier, guys? In a way, I did double back on it the more I was recording. If you guys go back, I did say that maybe that is Hugo's essential ego, his identity of being the second best. However, Isagi makes a good point, and it's something I don't see a lot of Blue Lockers talk about. The more that they play throughout this series, right? Is that, in a way, I know that we're following the perspective of Isagi, so we get to see a lot of his mental thoughts, the process in which he goes about things, the way he analyzes the field, analyzes himself, personal archetypes, everything. And I feel like as if with Karasu, if he doesn't, I doubt he even understands a lot of that stuff. Maybe he does, but we just don't see any of it compared to Isagi, where he kind of sees a lot of it too. And that's something that I was trying to say earlier within their dispute, that the reproducibility of it is too low. Even if it does somehow work against France, it won't really work for the teams beyond them. But I even doubt with them, just like what Isagi said, I don't think it'll work against. I don't think it'll work against them. I really don't think so. But it seems like we're going to be getting more Hugo as we get into chapter 338, the double jokers. That's Shido and Baro, right? There's no way. That's Shido and Baro. Wow. No. Well, yeah, because they're both jokers. Maybe. I don't know. It's crazy. But he's, just as much as we've gotten the I want to be the best, I want to be the best, I want to be the best, I want to be the best in the world. Now it's like, I want to be the second best, I want to be the second best, I want to be the second best, I want to be the second best in the world. Now we're sort of getting a complete antithesis or a complete rivalry on Isagi's philosophy, mentality. And to me, this is more fascinating than any other match we've ever gotten in this entire series. I think when it comes to Hugo, in a way, I've said that in a way his eyes remind me, aside from the dull voidness of it, I do believe it is like whenever he gets like really psyched, it's like reverse ego eyes. But, we'll see. One more thing I'll say before we continue. During the God of Soccer chapter, something that I brought up earlier, I do believe in not just this match, but in this, towards the end of the match, whether they lose or win, will be the beginning stone or the beginning puzzle piece, beginning, key to Isagi's essential true ego, or not just a reset to zero, but an evolution beyond his wildest dreams, an evolution beyond evolutions. And what exactly am I talking about? Not just the resetting to zero, and not just the true ego, but his actual innate ability to be a true number one. Because all throughout the series, I've been seeing a lot of supposed fans and other people who hate on Isagi for the idea of him not feeling like a true number one. And within this match, Isagi can no longer skate by, or sort of, just try to fly under the radar by adapting. It's like at this point, he has to play like a number one right here and now. And if he can't do this, he has no way in hopes of dreaming to beat Noel Noah or any of these other world-renowned Strike Bunny or whatever the case may be for the future. So I think Isagi's final, if not, big step to being the best in the world is he has to be able to play. I feel like the adaptability will still be part of him, but I feel like he has to be able to play individually as a true number one, to the point where he doesn't necessarily feel pressure or fear at the idea of being at the top. But since he feels like he's at the top, he's going to get a brutal reminder of that, hey, he needs something even bigger than the current ego he has. Not being satisfied, not letting the fire die. Like what I said, maybe, just maybe, guys, that's not enough. Maybe wanting to win, his original ego, wanting to win. You guys remember I'll sell myself for the sake of victory. Still, same thing as winning. Maybe that's not enough. Again, egoism as a whole, in a way, a lot of people associate that with selfishness. I say no, it's more like being full of yourself, full of knowing who you are, being aware of a lot of things, not necessarily being full of yourself in the cocky way, but to reel it back in. I think that's going to be the final step to Isagi's true essential self. Being so undeniably, so unbelievably selfish that it goes against everything, whether it goes against the blue lock philosophy or whether he inherits it to its maximum, whether it goes against the blue lock philosophy, the logical suitable destiny philosophy, everything. You know what I mean? So that's why Kanashiro's whole statement, guys, in my mind, of will you still like Hisagi? Will you still love Hisagi by the end of the series? I think that's going to be a real telltale sign of it. And I think Hisagi getting crushed here, utterly destroyed, shut out, is extremely important and potent for his character. I do think that's the case. And if we get to see more of Hugo's character here, it's only going to affirm my theory or affirm my belief into not just Hisagi, but really for the future of Blue Lock. But we'll continue. Chapter 338, Double Jokers. Listen up, Yuichi Hisagi. I'll tell you about my ego as second best. I'll bet you think second best means someone who couldn't manage to become the best, right? Well, that's not it. You guys have just been brainwashed by the ball cut 4 eyes to believe you have to be the best. Shut up already. I don't want to hear your biased opinions. You're the biased one though, Yuichi Hisagi. Haven't you ever looked at others and felt that they were wasting their talent? Huh? It's like that for me. For as long as I can remember. Oh my gosh, we're actually getting a backstory. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute, guys. One more thing. When he said that you guys might be getting brainwashed, I truly believe that it's not really brainwashing, because I feel like that's an over-exaggeration, but really it is a strong imprint of philosophy onto these kids, these blue lockers, of wanting to be the best. And that type of mindset can get you so far in life, through the most toughest endeavors. So in a way, you could call that brainwashing, but maybe Ego is doing that for the sake of his own, Then we start opening up we open up Pandora's box to something else, guys, something entirely. And I think we'll definitely talk about that at the end. Oh my gosh, we're really getting a Hugo backstory. Let's go. Why is everyone so ignorant of themselves? They want to do things they can't and yearn for things outside their reach. It drives me crazy. When I see humans failing because their talents and self-image are unaligned, it makes me want to correct their mechanisms. I was naturally gifted with that sensitivity. I just can't help it. That's why whenever I meet people, I tell them things will go better if you do this. If you try this, you can beat them. If you do this, you'll be more popular. If you do this, you'll be more loved. That's creepy as hell, you self-centered metal jerk. Yes, precisely. I'm just doing what I want, so I don't mind if you hate me. I'm not doing it out of charity or spite. It's just what I do with my ideas, cause someone to live more suitably, the world begins to turn anew. When people meet me, their destinies change, and producing people like that is utterly fascinating. Is this guy actually kind of like me? It makes life worth living. Yuichi Hisagi, I want to learn why I was born. Shit, he broke free. Watch for a pass. I'm watching, dumbass. My talent is suitability for chasing others to make the world turn. So I've never once wanted to be a striker. Oh my god, he's going to score. He's going to shoot for himself while he's talking to Hisagi. He's going to shoot! No way! Stop. He's going to shoot! But I want to win the World Cup as the second best and as a midfielder. Yuichi Hisagi, did you know the world record for most times winning the World Cup is 3 times? Pele, the king of soccer, is the only one who holds that record. Come on, Hugo. Psych, it's going over here. That's why his eyes. It's a gear. Oh my, wait! Oh my god! We will win the World Cup 4 times.
Everybody asking who the fuck I am. I'm you. I'm trying to set up with the same people, but I can't change what I can. I'm you. I'm a picture with the money sitting on them. I'ma do it from the sky. She can feel it in the kidney. I'm fucking that bitch. I hit it from the side. 2 times. Tell him that it's shit. 2 times. Try to tell him that it's me. Yeah. You can never be like us. The only thing they got is me. If you see the money, that's it. You see the money, that's it. I ain't never wanted to bitch only wanted me. Bitch changing like the season. Move bitch everywhere. Get the money in the motto, bitch. I'ma make that my motif.
And become one of humanity's legends. All the past courses his teammates created were just decoys. You're the one shooting? That's Hugo's dream. It's huge. It's not about being the best or second best. His dream is more grandiose than mine. He's sharper than I am. His ego is even bigger than mine. Do you still hate the idea of second best?
Like me, this shit get crazy, shit get silly. I just fly out a new bitch.
versus France. Get ready. You're starting in the second half. First half over. My double jokers. You're joking. Your ego is even bigger than mine. Your ego. An ego that finally surpasses Isagi's, man. Oh my gosh, man. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. That was, wow. That was like my second favorite Blue Lock chapter of all time. I could go over this whole chapter right now. This was insane. You guys want me to? Let me know in the chat. Y'all want me to? I'm gonna go over this whole... This is insane. Panel for panel, I won't. I bet you think second best just means someone who wasn't able to become it. But that isn't the case at all. Have you ever felt like someone was wasting their talent? Hugo... So guys, let me just explain this really quick before we continue. Isagi was Hugo once, right? The idea of trying to help each other, like trying to help his team while still being selfish. He was in a way, this sort of art, guys, only affirms that Isagi was sort of treading the borderline a little bit. Still more on the realm of being selfish rather than actually caring for his team. I like Hugo's gear symbolism here, the visual thing, because it's similar to a puzzle piece. It's similar to puzzle pieces coming together and gears turning to create something bigger than what it is. One gear might not look that big, but one gear being a cog in the system creates something even larger. And it's the same with a puzzle piece. A puzzle piece doesn't look that big, but the more pieces you add to it, the bigger the picture becomes. So my essential idea of this actual chapter here narratively, guys, is that the reason why Hugo's ego is bigger than Isagi's isn't just because he's dreaming bigger than him. It's because he's thinking of stuff beyond himself, which is something Isagi isn't really doing right now, and it's something he hasn't done in a long time. He's dreaming about being the world's best, right? And he finally, in a way, met someone who is, in a way, just like him, you know? And I think what's fascinating about Hugo is that he's not innately evil. He's not like a bad guy. He, in a way, when he meets people, their destinies change. And he finds it very fascinating. He finds that he's enthralled by it. And it's very similar to... Isagi. And Isagi verbatim said that. It makes life worth living. Right? I want to learn why I was born, why my talent of suitability for changing others to make the world turn. So I've decided, so I never once wanted to be a striker, but to win the World Cup. My talent is suited for changing others to make the world turn. Very similar to the analogy I just said earlier about the small gear. He thinks of himself as a small gear, despite his innate talents. The world record for winning it by Pele was 3, but I want to win it 4 times. We will win the World Cup 4 times and become one of humanity's legends. All the pass courses and his teammates decide, and he used his teammates as decoys. All of the pass courses his teammates created were decoys. So in a way, they were acting like cogs in the system. He didn't devour them. He didn't devour their plays. He, in a way, used them to create the bigger picture of the gear. Hence why you see all the spinning gears and stuff like that coming off of him that I find so fascinating. And then you get this insane widespread, which I'll flip around in a second, to him being a huge cog, right? And I think, again, guys, like, with his philosophy, now that we've gotten the full scope of it, right? Like, the full and utter scope of it, his dream is more grandiose than mine. He's sharper than I am as well. And his ego is even bigger than mine. In a way, he's just like Isagi. But there still is a huge fundamental difference between the two. And this is something that I feel like a lot of you guys, as we the readers, need to understand. And it's something that I have always stated, I have always said, and I will say it again. This only affirms more of what I've always said. So let me say it. With Hugo, this only affirms that he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. but he wants to do whatever it takes to win, even if it means winning the World Cup 4 times, whether it's scoring himself or helping his team. But mainly, he views himself as the cog within the machine. As for Isagi, he wants to be the star player, though. Whether his goal is to just become the world's best, if that ego isn't as big as Hugo's, it's not really a matter of whose ego is bigger than whose. It's who is still willing to do whatever it takes for it. And it seems as if Hugo, he's doing that, but while Isagi, he's not doing that right now. You know, and it's so jarring to see Isagi meet somebody that's just like him, just on the opposite side of the coin, just doing it at a more intensive, hunger-filled like level. You know, because there isn't necessarily that much hunger within. It doesn't look like on the surface level that there isn't that much hunger within Hugo, and for us, we thought a lot. At least in the beginning, my actual theories about Hugo is I thought he was another Isagi, and in a way, he kind of is, but kind of isn't. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the panel right here as I continue my talk real quick. But this panel right here, I mean, beautiful widespread, guys. Look at the art on this Kaneshiro, you crazy mad dog. Look at this panel here of just Hugo and all the gears coming off of him as well. Like I'm gonna stay on this panel as I talk here real quick. I think when it comes to the sheer difference between Hugo and Isagi. I mean, when you look at Hugo's eyes, especially on like his right eye, there's ego there, like there is. So there's no doubt that in a way he didn't surrender his ego. He just surrendered the idea of trying to be the world's best. He never even really wanted to be the world's best, unlike Isagi. So my, in a way, consensus, I mean, hype that borrow and Shido's coming. But listen, my overall opinion about how Isagi can overcome a person like this, we're gonna get the locker room now. So my overall opinion on how I believe Isagi can overcome this is like what I said earlier. We're gonna fall back. The finding the original ego, finding his not just wanting to win, but being so selfish, he's gonna do whatever it takes. And the thing is with Isagi here, it's not necessarily doing it whatever he can to win, because in a way that was Isagi's original ego. But we're talking about his final ego, Isagi's final, not just wish, but sort of his final like thought process or mentality towards maybe even the end of the series, however long it takes for him to get to this point. But aside from him unveiling maybe the god of soccer, right, with that flow, I think Isagi's going to go down the path of just utter destruction. Like, truly, I believe so. I could be wrong with Isagi igniting a... Oh, I dropped my mic. With Isagi, in a way, igniting a fire within people, you know, hints with the whole Nigeria thing. If Isagi was able to influence someone like that, then the same thing can be said from the opposing philosophy of Hugo igniting a fire within Isagi. But the thing is again, since they're both in a way the same, it's like they're both the same. That means, guys, that there still is room for growth within Isagi's mindset, his philosophy, his football originality, you know. And it's so fascinating. We'll keep talking about this towards the end. I know I'm like rambling on, but I knew this was going to happen if this match was going to be more narrative focused, which it obviously was. So we'll continue. Chapter 339, worst possible situation. U20 World Cup, match 3, Japan versus France, first half, over. I can see why France is the number 1 in the world. That Hugo guy is nuts. They already are ahead by 1 though. If we fix our strategy in the second half, we can still win. But how do we do that? Our attack patterns that start with Isagi are dead in the water. But we built this team around Isagi, and that's why we're failing. No, we can make something work. At this rate, we're just gonna have to get our asses kicked and lose. Chill out, guys. We can make up a new attack patterns like Hiyori's goal. I'll be this team's second best instead of Isagi, so let's just run with that strategy. Watch what you say, Tabito Karasu. Are you trying to kill Blue Lock? Oh my gosh, he straight pissed them off. You know what this panel reminds me of? This panel, right? Hey, have you guys read, or I'm pretty sure it was in the anime. You guys ever like read Bleach? You guys remember when Okuiora like just flashed up to behind Grimjow? That was so funny. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But yeah, again, the like Isagi again, and keep in mind, guys, Isagi is so attentive, like he's so smart, at least within that particular moment, that, or let's just say he was able to observe it, that if they do that, the reproducibility on that is not that effective, so they're going to end up losing. Unless I read that wrong, guys. And I think that's the truth. I applaud your quick-witted play change, but the problem is your mindset. Partway through the first half, it looked like you'd given up on your own goals. What was that about? I thought it'd be best for the team. And I thought I told you that those who fight for your team are worthless trash. What I was doing best for the sake of the team. Like, what are we in chapter 1? What are we in chapter 1? They scored, though. But will they win nationals? Like, guys, let's use our brains and let's really think about the future. This might win. This might be good now. Is this really gonna be good for us later? Like what I said, there's some truth in here. There's a discussion to be had here, guys. There's a discussion here. If every soccer player tried to play within their line of suitability, in the end, it would be nothing but a competition of physical abilities and tactics. France is a multi-ethnic country with a broadly welcomed culture. The varieties of talents produced there leads to a diverse and soccer techniques, and it makes it easier for suitable talents for every position to be born. So if France assembles an outstanding team of players handpicked for their suitable talents, do you think Japan has any chance of winning even if they do the same thing? The answer is no. Telling people to live suitably or to be happy with your position in life is how the strong get the weak to stop thinking, so that they can control their possibilities. We are weak. If we live suitably, we could never change the world. That's why I told you all to be strikers. This philosophy is going beyond suitability. It's the heart of Blue Lock. Imagine if you could live 100 times. How many of those times could you become the world's best striker? If I were to make an incredibly optimistic and miraculously high evaluation, I'd say... one time. An egoist lives for that one chance. That never would have happened if they've known their place. That is my point! He just nailed it! That's how you say it! That's how you... Oh my gosh! He cracked the code in one chapter. That's what I was saying, guys. Hold up! That's what I was saying! Oh my god, drop my headphones. Peep game! Peep game, because it was never about actually accomplishing it. Crazy to say, but it was about the mindset. If they all thought that way, where would they still be? If Chigiri thought that his place of suitability was fine, he would have never ran. He would have been locked off. Kunigami would have been locked off earlier. Rin would have never made it this far and lost the U20 match. Isagi would have never ascertained luck. He would have lost the finals game and never, tried with Blue Lock. That is such a fascinating point. Guys, listen. Earlier, I said that when Hugo said that Ego is manipulating them or, in a way indoctrinating them of this mindset or whatever, I wasn't entirely against Hugo for saying that, because in a way, Ego is doing it. He's brainwashing. But, and I like how Ego even has said that he admitted that too. He didn't admit that he was brainwashing, but he said the reason why I had you guys, he didn't even have to explain it. He didn't have to, but he explained it by saying, look guys, there is a reason why, even though some of you guys are playing goalie, some of you guys are doing this, some of you guys are doing that, there's a reason why I said all this to you guys on the first day. There's a reason why I always kept pushing you guys. There's a reason for it. That's why I told you all to be strikers. This philosophy goes beyond suitability. It goes beyond the logic of things. It does. That's the formula. That's the piece that we're missing. That's what we're missing, guys. It's something that goes beyond logic. The god of soccer goes beyond chemical reactions. It goes beyond luck. It goes beyond geniuses and talented learners. It goes beyond originality. It goes beyond ego types. It goes beyond egocentrism. It goes beyond originality. It goes beyond it all. All of these things were, again, built off of the belief of Ego's god of soccer thing, And like what he said earlier, I'm going to go back and we're going to like look at this really quickly. Remember when I said earlier that if everyone was suitable and like whatever the case may be, France's suitability or like their teammates were better in specs? Look what Ego just said here, and I just called it. Every single player has tried to play within their line of suitability. In the end, nothing but of competition of physical abilities and tactics. That's what I said earlier. France is a multi-ethnic country with a broadly welcoming culture. The varieties of talents produced there leads to a diversity of soccer techniques. It makes it easier for their suitability talents for every position to be born. So that's the reason why their core philosophy was made in the first place. So if France assembles an outstanding team of players handpicked for their suitable talent, do you think Japan has any chance of winning if they do the same thing they do? Think about it! No, guys! No! That's not... No! And the fact that Hugo's even trying to, like, do that to Isagi, he's low-key, like, guys, low-key trying to destroy him without even realizing it. Because if Hugo really isn't evil, which I don't think he is, he's low-key destroying him. The answer is no. You guys get what I'm saying? Telling people to live for the suitability or to be happy with your position in life is how you get the strong to prey on the weak, to get them to stop thinking so they can control their possibilities. We're the weak ones right now. If we were to try to follow their philosophy now, we wouldn't change the world. We'd get destroyed in a heartbeat. This is what they want. So it's like, oh, but listen, but all time, if they keep playing the block way, they'll lose. You're not listening. Yes and no. Yes, they maybe wouldn't win now, but they're the weak ones now. It's a matter of trying to play around the logic of suitable destiny by going beyond that logic. They need to find the formula to go beyond that logic. And if they find it out at the end of the match, before they lose or something like that, then that's still important. That's massive for it here. And the last thing I'll say here, I know I'm talking a lot, but I knew I would get like this. That's why I told you all to be strikers. This philosophy goes beyond the logicness, right? The logic of suitability, the heart of Blue Lock. Imagine that I told you guys 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000, 100,000, a million times, an infinite amount of times that you could become the world's best striker. If I were to make it incredibly optimistic and miraculously high evaluation, only one time, only one chance that you could that could happen. But an egoist lives for that one chance. That never would have happened if they just had known their place. If they just had resigned what made, like, what ignited the fire for them to take that step to live. If you were to just stomp out that fire immediately. That's why, but keep in mind, Hugo still lives for this, but just in a different way. Oh my gosh, this is insane! Oh my gosh, this is so good! Oh my gosh, let's continue. But you can't deny that our current approach ain't working, right? If you want something new, first you need to let go of something old. We're dropping our Yuichi Isagi center strategy. Here's the formation we'll use to fight back in the second half. You guys are the strongest generation. You're God's one-in-a-century chosen ones. You won't just change France's history. This incredible collection of talent will change all of soccer forever. You are France's new Le Blues. Let's go make history. It's so fascinating to see the coach of France, the complete opposite of Ego. The idea that instead of trying to talk them into finding that fire, that reasoning for them to exist, he already says that your guys' existence is stapled. Which is so, like, interesting. That logic of suitable destiny is, like, really, really strong within their team. You can see it even within the coach. And I think that fear of the cruel fear, the cruel reality of logic, or the cruel reality of the illogical, is something that's still prevalent within this match. Something that I had said that was going to be a factor for it. Hey Charles, give me more line-breaking passes this half. Huh? If this game ends without me scoring, the earth will be sad, right? Oh, that feeling frustrated, Loki-chan. Okay, dokie dokie. I'll give you some nasty ones. It's okay, Loki. I doubt this match will end like this. It'll get messy. It seems Blue Lock has chosen that destiny. My cells are screaming. Time to hunt. Quit drooling, you beasts.
You better die, you better die, you better die, you better die.
In all-out offensive formation, the strategy centered around me was obliterated. There's someone clearly more talented and a bigger dreamer than me standing right there. This is the worst possible situation. So then why do I feel so excited? Surpass Hugo.
Just say it to me, yeah. This don't make sense to me. Say it to me, yeah. You want the sex with me, yeah. Check
世界一になりに来てんだよ。
I want what's best for me. I want what's best for me. I want all my
ストライカーだ。
It's time for the second half kickoff. That's what my ego is screaming. And maybe that ego is big enough. Yo, you see that widespread of Shido and Bado and Kunigami? Yo! Oh my gosh. But Karasu was right. Their formation wasn't working, so an all-offensive one. Something that completely goes against the logic of things. Yo, they look clean, though. What you mean? That looks clean. Oh my gosh. Hold up. Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. That was clean, though. What you mean, guys? That was clean. I won't lie, guys. That was 10 chapters. That was 10. And I did tell y'all I get to the second half. So for the sake of this video coming out, we will stop here. Sorry, guys. I know. We will stop here. I'll try not to take as long as I need to for the next one, but I know for you guys like the ones where I stack on the chapters and talk a lot about the story and everything, and talk about the myriad of things as we cover it. So I think for this discussion, guys, I'm probably not going to go too far back into the panels, but rather just talk about everything that I'm overall have always been talking about throughout the video. And I kind of made a huge break for the last chapter just talking about my opinions and everything. And shoot, I might move it to the end of the video. I don't know, who knows. But the logic, the formula, the theory of logical, suitable destiny versus the I want to become the world's best striker. I want to be the best. And again, I think Isagi, in a way, what I was saying earlier, aside from finding not his original, but his new ego, his stronger ego, while at the same time possibly resetting to zero. He needs an ego possibly bigger than Hugo's. And I think with him saying, I want to surpass Hugo, that in a way could already be bigger than, bigger than being the world's best, And I think it's fascinating that even in this situation, Isagi doesn't despair. And that's something that I love about his character, is that he, even in the most worst possible situation, when his ideal team formation wasn't really working, he's still happy about it. He's still excited. He's still, and he still has like that fire in him, you can see it in his eyes, and I think this is the inevitable wall that Isagi has hit again, but I'll explain. So the adaptability that Isagi has always come to know, something that was always familiar to him, that took him only so far. But let's go back to the original point of that, which was Isagi wanting to be like the geniuses, wanting to, in a way, find his own originality, but unironically, he was copying the geniuses, or at least trying to be like them, while trying to best Kaiser and take control of Bastard Muhin around the time of the NEL. That's why he inevitably hit the wall of geniuses, where he could no longer compete with not just Kaiser, because he's a talented learner, but Loki and Noel Noah and Itoshi Rin and Shido and all of these amazing players. He couldn't compete, so in a way, he had to remember who he actually was. And I realized at that point, that wasn't really a reset to zero, but that was a 0 to 1, right? Where he was able to find his true essential self. And that is the 0 to 1. But resetting yourself to zero is forgetting everything of what you thought you knew to be reborn into something anew, right? And that's what essentially Kaiser did in the match, Bastard Muhin versus the PXG match, and maybe this is what Isagi needs. It's all coming full circle with the parallels with Kaiser as well, and with Nagi too. This is essentially what he needs. This is what Isagi needs. He needs reset to 0. He's been one for a minute now in terms of being full of who he thought he was, but now he needs that essential focal point reset to 0. That is what he needs. How do you guys feel about that? Seriously, how do you guys feel? This is like, guys, these are all my live opinions, live thoughts, live everything, guys, live everything, right? And I think the internal strife with Karasu, of all characters, Karasu, but it makes sense now. It makes sense. And although I was super pissed off and I was screaming like, who are you, Karasu? Who do you think you are? In that same way, he was right. He was right about some things, but it was the same thing with Isagi. Although the formula wasn't working and everything Ego said was true, and Karasu said, okay, I hear that, but we're not winning this match, so what do we do? That kind of pissed me off, but I understood where he was coming from. That doesn't really matter. We're going to talk about the future if we can't even, tackle on the present. Fair. But that type of mindset that he thinks that he thought he knew, that only works for the weak. And so far, if that's working on him and if he thinks that's his path forward, he's weak. Okay? In the narrative sense of Blue Lock, not necessarily as an actual player, guys. Obviously, Karasu's an amazing player. However, if you guys want to know what side I'm on, it's so obvious, right? If this is like some ongoing, if this is going to be some ongoing internal strife, civil war philosophy side, you know which side I'm picking, okay? It's Ego. It's not even a question, right? But it's not even just because I like him more. Obviously, it's because of how far the characters have got. Like, Ego's speech right then and there was the Blue Lockers being there is evidence of Ego, Isagi's philosophy as well, but Ego's philosophy being true, being the right path. But since they hit a roadblock, does that mean they just ditch and go on to the next path or choose another way to continue forward? We can still go on this path, but we need something more. We don't need something new. We need something more, something stronger, right? If something has always worked and it doesn't work anymore, do we just automatically leech onto something else that doesn't represent us? No, right? We adapt, yes, but that doesn't mean we abandon who we thought who we thought, or who we are now, for who we think we might be. I mean, again, that is something that is very important that I feel like a lot of people may have not understood from not just this whole video, but for more specifically, Ego's speech on that, right? If everyone tried living their suitability, again, I said all this before Ego said it. You guys notice that? All you gotta do is read it, man. And I get this, guys. All the time. I'm here, man. What we talking about? Put some respect, man. Guys, from what I've learned in this so far is that, wow, man, France team, guys, sorry for the wait, guys. Sorry for the wait, but what a fascinating game. I mean, in a way, I saw this, right? I knew that from the NEL onwards that the narrative was just going to step up higher and higher and higher. And from a narrative perspective, from a quality of life perspective, we really got to put on our reading caps with this one, guys. We really got to think, right? And I think when it comes to the whole "don't run away," remember when Isagi was walking in, end of the last video, I feel like it's going to speak volumes, and I feel like in a way it already kind of has, but this is going to be monumental, man. I know there was a small little reaction for Baro and Cheeto, but that looked hype. That ending, oh my gosh. I'm excited, man. I cannot wait for how the second half is going to go. I think, moving forward, a little bit of some thoughts that I want to say before we sort of get into the final theories and the discussion. Hope you guys have been liking the video, by the way, too. If you guys have, I know it's been a while, like the video, all that stuff. Dislike if you didn't like it. I'm perfectly cool with that. If you disagree with me, if you think I'm being stupid, hey, if you think my takes are horrible, if you just don't like me, see me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I always leave my comments on. I try to reply to all y'all. I've been getting a lot more comments, a lot more subscribers. So if you're watching this and you made it this far, you better subscribe. That's right. Share this video. Because, you know, when all-time posts, you know it's going to be a banger. Anyways, guys. So, yeah, I think when it comes to the whole fear element and the whole destiny thing, it, like, down to the coaches, down to the dialogues, down to, you know, Hugo and Isagi, right? I think everything that I've said throughout this video, and I'll try to encompass it all right now. Isagi's true ego is going to happen eventually. I think I saw a fan, or I saw someone talk about the bubble theory. The idea, you guys remember during Isagi's flashback with the bubbles, and when he talked about, I think there was a couple artworks where there was bubbles around him. Maybe that's his true ego. I've heard some things. So that wasn't where that wasn't where like the theory of me saying that his true ego would came from. I always felt this way. So when I saw that, I was like, oh shoot. So then I'm talking about it now. So hey, whoever made that post, wherever you are, awesome. But Isagi's true ego, the idea that logical suitable destiny works for some, works for none. Like it is a interesting philosophy that one should not wholeheartedly believe in, but if one does follow and they're suitable for it, then their destiny is gonna look really good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shido and Baro could definitely change the game, definitely mess up the game, definitely cause some chaos, some illogicalness that this game needs to, in a way, sort of stomp on Hugo and Loki's philosophy, the France team's philosophy. But I think my sort of initial core theory of fear, but then also too, I think it still remains the same. I think fear, whether I think I said something along the lines of like, I feel like, you know, we haven't got a Loki flashback yet. If we get a Loki flashback, honestly, I said before that I think Loki could be running away from some fear, running away from something, you know, and I got that from the Nagi spinoff when Loki was talking to Nagi and he said that like fear is going to be what destroys you. Fear here, and Isagi being fearful of being at the number one spot when really, you know, it was getting to him, right? To Hugo's fear of, you know, his fear of the complete opposite of logical suitable destiny. Like it's not that I don't want to say he's fearful of it, but it's more, I feel like it's going to be intertwined with possibly Loki or another character. But in a way, fear is very prevalent within Isagi. So I think moving forward, it could be Loki, it could be a myriad of other characters. The fear, Karasu, right? Maybe fear there as well. Fear of Blue Lock failing, right? So this is going to be very, this video better do well. I love this, guys. This is probably the most I've ever spoken in a vlog video. At least I feel like since the U20. You guys remember my first vlog video? Go back. You see how it's like 4 hours long? Aside from my Ubers game where the video is almost 5 hours where I recorded the whole match, this is probably the most I've ever talked in a vlog video. Like seriously, guys. This is so fascinating, man. Like, I don't want this video to end. I want you guys in the comments, Blue Lock Civil War right now. I want people in the comments, Egoism, the theory of logical suitable destiny. I want you guys waging war. Nah, I'm playing. It's not like I want you guys waging war or anything. Chill out. It's not like I want you guys waging war, but I want to see you guys' opinions on not just my opinions, but France's ideology. Really, of all the chapters in this video, 339, the last one that we read, is by far the most interesting because we sort of get a talk. That and then 338. So Hugo's side and then Ego's side, right? So those are like the two most talkative chapters that I feel like I've run my mouth on the most. I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. I'm looking at the panels right now. I want to hear you guys' opinion on finally Hugo's logical suitable destiny and Isagi. Is Isagi's true ego something that we need? Is there something more beyond the logicness that I talked about earlier in the video? Go back. Is that the essence that we need? Is that what we need to become the best? Or, you know how I just said we? Or is there something more selfish beyond the surface level that we are not looking at, that what's going to cause this team to be destroyed? Because being the world's best and being the best team is different. Hugo said, I want France to be the best team. Isagi always says in some of Ego's speeches is like, I want to be the best in the world. I don't care about my team. So, who knows? And for all we know, something I want to talk about before I end the video is the whole possibility of a club arc. How do you guys feel about the whole clubs thing? I actually might make that okay, wait, guys. In the premiere right now, comments, I'm gonna talk about it in the comments too. Do you guys want to see like a separate video where I talk for like 15, maybe 20 minutes? And also, I saw a little of like theories and stuff, but then also for the future, but then also the Kaiser, it's not a spin-off, but like a Kaiser thing where like Kaiser went to Isagi's hometown. I saw that. I might put that on screen, but I saw that. But we could talk about clubs and stuff. You guys want to see like a live stream? I don't know. I'll talk about it in the community post. I'm all over the place, but we'll talk about that later. I'm going to end it now. So much more to talk. As of right now, as of tonight, I think our newest chapter just came out, I think. We're on 339. 334 is going to be the start of the next video, and then 342. So we are 1, 2, we're 3. But the reason why I say 3 is because there's a 0.2 chapter, because I heard that Kaneshiro, there was like some issues, I think, and he ended up only releasing 10 pages. I heard about that. So realistically, we only have 2 more chapters. So we're caught up. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me know you guys, like I said, I'll see you guys in the comments. I love you guys. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. We're so close to 3K. 3K. Let's hit it right now. Subscribe. I'm going to send this to your friends, Blue Lock homies and all. Subscribe. I love you guys. I'm going to go get to editing this so we just can get this. I'm going to get this out for y'all. Don't worry. The theory of logical, suitable destiny versus egoism. Man. I love you guys. I do. I see y'all in the next one. All time. And I'm out.